Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Welcome back to your match reaction. Chelsea finally getting it done. Chelsea finally getting a win in December. Yes, people, you heard it right. Chelsea getting a win in December. And listen, I can't lie to you. Arsenal just barely getting away with one. Just barely getting away with one. Listen, people, I remember in the beginning of the season, I said this is going to be a close title race, to call it that. I'm not going to say we're back in it, but I'm going to say it's not going to be... No. Chill. I'm just saying it's not going to be as easy as people make it out to be. People were already saying Arsenal walking away with it. Listen, the way I'm looking at it, since our game, it's been shaky. It's been shaky, up and down. Some losses there, some draws, and some barely victories. I'm just saying, keep an eye out for it. Because whether it be Chelsea, City, or someone... Arsenal, you're not comfortable.
Whether it be Chelsea, is this all I gotta say to that, bro?
No, we gotta, no. I'll chill, because I'm not on chess. I'm just saying, listen, people, y'all were ready to call it a month ago.
I mean,
football.
I said wait after December for me.
We have plenty of games to go.
Yep.
So that being said, big up everyone.
We dropped too much, but we'd have to basically go like.
No, I get you. I understand.
Like
no, I get
and
it.
rely on other
season, bro.
Or have the other teams be also just a shit all over the gaff. Like just.
I mean, every time
we're gonna have a roller
team,
coaster
we
of the season.
slip up anyway with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with the rest of this month. But big up to every single one of you. Round of applause for the chat. If those of you who are here early, big up to you. And I'll say this too. I'm gonna go solo for this one. I'll say this. Chelsea, thank you. Thank you for a victory today. Because today, on this day in 1992, 6 a.m., your boy was born. Your boy was born. So for my birthday, Chelsea decided, hey, you know what? Let's turn up. Let's stop doing this December gimmick so that I could have an enjoyable birthday. So
big up, Marcel.
Big up Chelsea for the birthday gift. Thank you for the victory. You can lose the rest of it now. I don't really, you know.
We gotta go that far.
Yeah, just the one.
We still got my birthday on the way. We ain't gotta go.
Okay, yeah, for Arson's birthday, you got it. All right, never mind. But yeah, big up every single one of you. Smash up the likes. Happy birthday to me. All that fun stuff. And yeah, we're here grinding. We're doing the thing. I'm gonna be celebrating with the family later, so don't worry. I will have some fun for my birthday. But yeah, for my birthday, all I want is for you guys in the chat to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links in the description. RSM's channel. You got Prime. Everyone is down there. Be sure to check them out. And then also be sure to check out the memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p. All different tiers come with different perks, all that fun stuff. So be sure to show your love and support by checking those out as well. But the best way to support, guys, it's free. It's just by smashing that like, or if you have some hype points, even hype up the video. That helps out tremendously as well. Big up, guys. Big ups. More wins hopefully from now on. Yeah, I hope so too, Coco. I hope so too, JC. I hope so too to every single Chelsea fan. Let's get into it, guys. Let's do a quick summary of the match and let's talk about the state of the league and all that fun stuff and the state of Chelsea. So going into today's game, most of us had a bit of that feeling in our stomachs, right? Like that gut feeling that, I don't know, Everton might have something for us. And I'll be honest, guys, I didn't think we were going to win today. I predicted a win, but in my gut, I was feeling that 1-1. And I think a lot of fans were out there feeling that 1-1 because it is December. KDH on form. Grealish in that team. Everton are no mugs. Everton went into this game in good form as well. So Everton usually have something for us, something sneaky. And so today we get that lineup. A little surprised to not see Esteval, but it's a strong lineup regardless. Cole Palmer back in that side. Enzo Fernandez plays again, which I think today the stat was that he is the third most played midfielder in the league. Third most played midfielder in the Prem. But I also realized something, Scott. The other midfielders didn't play a Club World Cup, so that even makes it more of a player. No, Rice and Zubamendi are the only other players that have more minutes than him in the league. But I also just realized they didn't play Club World Cup, and Enzo was playing Club World Cup as well.
That's
So,
horrific, bro.
yeah, this guy is being ran to the ground. I'm hoping Cardiff City, there's a break there for him, and then we see the best of Enzo. And if we don't, me and Scott will be talking for
I don't
sure.
even want Enzo to travel to Cardiff, bro. I'm gonna be so dead ass.
Please, just stay at home, stay in that apartment or wherever you're at. But yeah, so Enzo back in here. Malo Gusto at right back. Our strong center back pairing of Fofana and Chalobah. Cucurella, again, also playing too. Another player that I was worried about fitness-wise, but I think that extra day helped him out. And then Garnacho on that right wing, on that left wing. And oh boy, Garnacho. We'll talk on you, my friend. So yeah, let's get quickly into the game. So game starts off... and we look pretty good, actually. We look pretty good. I think Everton had a few moments, too, that they really didn't make the most out of. So it was a little back and forth. It was an entertaining game for the most part. And Malo Gusto today. I just got to say, Malo Gusto, man. People keep doubting you, and you have these kind of performances. I'm going to give Malo Gusto my man of the match for today's game just because of the amount he was involved as well as the assist and the goal he got. And on that assist, guys, we'll break it down today. But Palmer, I've been saying this. RSM heard me. Chris heard me. Scott heard me. Everyone's heard me. When Cole Palmer comes back to the side, I want to see how consistent we can be. And today, I think, exemplifies why Cole Palmer in the attack can be such a difference maker. Because Everton were kind of in this somewhat of a low block today at some points in the game. And in that particular moment, they were sitting back. And sometimes you need that cut through pass to get through. And Palmer is smart enough to see the pass, make the run, and call it as well. If you look at the play, we'll look at it. He tells Fofana to pass it to Gusto. Gusto then sees the space that Cole is running into and makes the brilliant pass that you see for Cole Palmer's goal. And we need Palmer to be like that. We need our attackers to be thinking like that, outside of the box. I think the creativeness that Cole Palmer brings to the table could be something that makes a big difference to this attack. We will wait and see. It's only one game, I understand. It is Everton. It's not like, Arsenal or whatever, like the high, but still, it's still a good Everton side. So to do it against Everton is no laughing matter. Not only that, but it's again, this player is getting played into fitness still. He's still not 100% match fit. 60 minutes played today. Get your minutes in the legs, and then let's see if we can do 90 minutes in the next game. Hopefully that's the case. But yeah, Palmer scores. He's back on the scoreboard. His second start since coming, or his second, start, right? Because he didn't start the last game.
Yeah,
I think this is his first start.
No, this is his first start. Yeah,
first start since coming back from injury. Gets his goal, and we're leading 1-0. And the game went back and forth. They had some moments, and let's just say it how it is. Garnacho had a plethora of moments. This game, and this is the thing, one of my biggest issues with Garnacho wasn't the attitude thing, right? Well, it was, but that aside, when it comes to footballing ability, the one thing that was having me worried about Garnacho is the finishing, because I saw how dross the finishing was at United.
Wait, that was the main issue you had.
That
with,
was the biggest issue I had. The rest of it you could maybe work on. The rest of it you could blame United. It's not like you could say that, right?
We had the worst dribble rate. He had the worst dribble success rate in the league last season.
Who did?
That could change here. It's like things could change. It's United curse. It's the system. Things could change, right?
Wait, Garnacho is United curse?
What?
Wait. United.
All right, that's besides the point. My point being is that the biggest thing I was worried about was the finishing, and today showed me exactly why I was really worried about this player as a player, not as an individual. As an individual, I already placed my concerns. And again, Garnacho missed plenty of chances that you should have put away. This game should have been 3-0, 4-0. You could even give Everton a few goals in there, 4-2. Like it really, really should have been put away sooner, but Garnacho makes it more work. Did everything right to get into the right positions and all that, reading the game and all that stuff. That's brilliant, brother. It means nothing to me if you don't finish your goals when they're that high of an XG, high of a chance to score. So he skied one as well. That was like, oh my God, brother. Like I even looked for the pass coming in to take a little bounce and be like, okay, maybe it was a bounce there. No, ball was on the ground. You skied it, bro. You need to do better than that. You absolutely need to do better. I think, obviously, in my opinion, I think that guy was the worst player on the pitch. He should have came off sooner. Gittins looked a lot better when he came on, but that's my 2 cents. So, yeah, we go right before we get into the second half. Again, Malo Gusto, my man. He showed up today. He had something to prove. He definitely wanted to get into goal scoring for him now, apparently, because he said, I got an assist. Let me get my own as well. And it's a play from Pedro Neto that finds Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto puts it away, and we're up 2-0. It's great to see Malo Gusto once again. Another goal for Malo Gusto. What was the stat I read before? More goals this season in the Prem than Madueke.
He has, I don't know if this was the stat you read, but he, with the goal and assist he got today, he is 1 GNA off of equaling Gittins and Garnacho's goal contributions combined.
Well, that wasn't what I was going to read. I was going to read it was more along the lines of he has more goals this season in the Premier League than Madueke, Zubamendi, Odegaard, and I think there's another player in there, another Arsenal player.
He has more GNA than Gittins and Garnacho separately.
You guys just love attacking your own players. I love it. It is what it is. I'm here trying to banter the rivals, and we just want to banter our own. It's more because
I focus on those stats, or I know those stats more off the top of my head. Like, I'm not going out there to check how many goals Madueke scored this season because, like,
I think he's got 1 or 2.
I don't give a shit personally. Like,
there is 2 streams, people, because there's a vertical stream for the mobile people and there's a horizontal stream for people watching on TV or on desktop. So you choose whichever one you want to watch.
Yeah, that's more why I know that one, Marshall. So that always comes to head. But like the other ones, I don't know just because.
More GNA than Verts. Malo Gusto has more GNA than Verts.
I'm looking at it. I think he has the same amount. He's got half the amount of goals. I do know this
in the Prem
because I heard this. Hasn't he got half the amount of goals as Gyökeres this season?
Gyökeres has got 4, I think, so far. And
he's only got 4. Gyökeres, who could not score today against Wolves.
Don't need to when you got 2.
To be fair, Arsenal didn't score against Wolves today. So there's that.
I don't know.
Wolves scored 3 goals today, but Arsenal won.
Yeah, but Wolves is like deserves to be relegated, man. Like
they definitely after today.
They've been
100%.
They got some. I will say they've got complete tangent. They've got some nice players. Like some of their players are calm in terms of they're going to get Premier League moves. Like that Tolu kid's probably getting a move. A couple of their midfielders are maybe like they're going to be fine in terms of players.
Pedro, you can hold that.
Would you take any of them or?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Fuck no. But I'm just saying they'll get moves to a decent team. Like they'll probably move to like your Brightons or Brentfords and things like that.
But second half, again, it was kind of back and forth. We both had chances. I think second half was when Rob Sanchez had that. It wasn't even going on target, but he did, put it over the crossbar. Second half, Everton did have. We got lucky. Everton were gonna score. It hits the post and then bounces off instead of going into the goal. So we got lucky on that. But then, yeah, again, I think Garnacho had another chance. We had some corners in there. We made substitutions, some changes. I think, again, I didn't Enzo Fernandez play another 90 minutes, bro. Like,
Yep.
Jesus.
Wait,
fucking
did he
Christ.
actually? I thought he
Yeah,
got
he
subbed
did.
off for Santos.
Him,
or something.
Reese,
didn't.
Gusto, all played 90
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Reece
good
did
on
it.
Reese because Reese played,
Hold up, that's 3 games in a row. Reese is giving us back-to-back 90s, bro. He's
but in a row, not even just in the
He's
league,
saying
like
in a
in a
row,
row.
saying in a row.
The
Like,
B word, right?
that's
He's,
crazy.
that's why I didn't say it. That's why I didn't say it, Chris.
Yeah.
I almost said it. You heard me. I said he's. I didn't
I'm
say it,
saying
though.
to myself in my head anyway. He's
Yeah,
the B
exactly.
word.
We in our hearts we
Can't
don't
say
want to
out
say it though.
loud.
But in our hearts we.
But yeah, 3 games in a row for Reese today. Played a full 90. No Caicedo, but this is the last game of Caicedo's suspension. I think Fofana was brilliant today. Chalaba looked brilliant today. Kuku looked a little bit more energized. Malo Gusto, like I said, my man of the match. Neto had some good moments. He gets an assist today, so he get another GNA for Pedro Neto. And Cole Palmer had some promising signs. Even João Pedro. This is what Scott, this is what I mean. Like, okay, listen, he didn't get a goal and assist today, but he looked a lot better today than he has in previous games. And I'm telling you, I think having
last
Cole
game for
Palmer
him. Not
in
last
there,
game, yeah.
I think having Cole Palmer in there helps him out a lot because I
Brother,
think
the
Cole
bar
Palmer
is
can
in
actually
hell.
read his. I think Cole Palmer can
People
actually
is
read
bad
his,
today?
his play.
The bar is in hell, brother.
Bro,
He
the
did
bar
nothing.
is about.
Wait,
30
did you
He-
honestly
he
thought
should have
Hey, we need to
scored.
make progress. We need to make
No,
progress.
no,
wait,
he
you
should
know?
have got a goal
I
or an
may
assist
have missed
and
out.
decided to shoot it for a throw in nearly. Like, no, he was mid today again.
Okay.
But like, I don't.
I've seen
I
much
wouldn't-
worse games from him as well.
Oh yeah, no, we have. But like,
So
like,
today was
the bar's
a right
hell.
direction.
like anything could have been better. Like
I'm done with
literally.
my summary. Go ahead, guys. By the way.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah.
There are negatives to talk about with this game because it wasn't perfect. But I
Sure.
don't want to focus on those like to begin with because I don't think it's necessary at the moment. I think the best way to describe that game was like a necessary 3 points, regardless of the performance.
Yeah.
Like we needed that, even if that had been the worst game we played all season, which it wasn't, but it also wasn't like a perfect game. It's kind of in the middle. We just needed that 3 points, regardless of anything, and we got it. Kept a clean sheet as well, which was nice to see. I think what I'm about to say is going to sound kind of weird. Bear with me. I think our defense, especially the centre backs, were excellent, but at the same time, we still conceded like some chances, which we could have been punished for, which we weren't, which is weird to say. But yeah, I thought like, especially set like at moments in the second half, Fofana and Chalaba were immense. Like there was that one for I'm trying to think who it dropped to in the middle of the box, and Chalaba literally just
Njai,
like
right? No.
it wasn't in DI because he'd gone into the left. I can't remember who it was in the midfield or in the middle. But yeah, someone in the Everton team took a shot. Chalaba just gets a last ditch block on it, sends it out for a corner or it deflects out.
Oh, I remember on the right hand side, right?
It came in from the left, I think. I can't remember. It was in the second half. I can't remember who it was. Fofana was immense
I
again,
know
driving
what
out
you're talking
from the
about.
back. Oh, there was a couple as well. Like I remember a Chalaba one where it almost looked like he got beat with a guy on a dribble. He gets back and manages to get the slide tackle in. But yeah, like those guys were excellent today. I thought I think the whole back five in general were very good today, and yet we still like conceded a decent amount of chances which we could have conceded from. Which like it's just weird to me how that works.
I mean, like
I just,
Jack
but do you know
Grealish
why?
chance
Because
as well.
I noticed what was happening. I think there was at times, and I also think this is due to a bit of Garnacho. Because I think I agree with you. I think the way that I would describe this game is I think the positives outweighed the negatives, and that's why we ended up winning. That's the way I put it. Because there was some negatives, but I think especially with some of the changes that were generated at the end of the first half, especially, it was down to the fact that Enzo obviously cannot do the same defensive shift in front of Cucurella that Caicedo can. So they were getting by Enzo. And at that point, like Garnacho should be tracking back to help Cucurella, but he's not. So Cucurella basically has to be 2v1. And they were getting so much space down Cucurella's side, which is not
that
down
Jake
to him.
O'Brien dude, like
Yeah, that's the thing.
that
It's not, and
6'7"
it's not down to
motherfucker.
Cucurella. It's not Cucurella's fault. Cucurella's doing what he needs to be doing. It's just like Enzo's not there to back him up the way he should be, and then Garnacho doesn't notice that, and it just leaves Cucurella on that.
'Cause
island.
there was that one, and you said Marshall that Sanchez had one. He had two because there was that one in the first half where O'Brien puts that ball in across goal, and Barry should score anyway. If you see the replay, Sanchez gets a touch on that to put it through his legs. Like,
no, we saw that.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
To put it through Barry's legs. Like, he should probably score that anyway, but that was a touch because Barry's got an open goal basically to score, and he should score realistically. But yeah, like Arson's right. Like it was a couple of those ones where like they'd have sort of chances like that, like the Ndai one as well. Like they almost caught us on a break.
The Ndai one and the one you're talking about. is they all came when at the end of the first half when Kukurea was basically alone and Garnacho wasn't tracking back enough and Enzo was kind of like gassed.
I was talking about the Ndiaye one at the end of this, or towards the end of the second half, where like it's just on a bit of a counter because we've attacked,
okay,
and he like it's probably it was the one. Well, I say the one time when he went over to the left, he was kind of getting a bit of the better of Gusto at times, and he gets away from him, gets that shot off, and like I said, you said, Marshall, it was lucky in a sense that like, it came back out rather than going in.
We were lucky.
Yeah,
I thought it was going in.
I think the biggest positive from the game today was our defense as a totality, because like there's not too many times as a whole we have been able to say that, especially when you consider some of the dudes we've got in the back line, like Gusto, like Chalobah, and things like that. So yeah, I thought the defense as a whole was like the biggest positive outside the game today. And then I'd say a close second was Palmer to me. Like, I'd say those two were the biggest positives in terms of how the defense performed as a totality, as a unit, and then Cole Palmer and his performance with returning were like the biggest positives coming out of that game for me today.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I mean, I think we should where to start, man? I mean,
I'm going to be honest. Sorry, JC, we have to end up talking about the negatives, but I think talk about the positives first because I think they're worth talking about more. Like I said, RSM said, I think they do outweigh the negatives. Yeah. We have to eventually talk about the negatives because there were some. But I think it's worth talking about the positives first.
Then in that case, we could start off with who I think is the man of the match. And
I disagree, but I do think it's a debate. I'll say that much.
Wait, between who?
Wait, did he actually win man of the match, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't know if he actually won man of the match.
I didn't see the post from like.
Surely a guy who plays at right back gets a goal and assist and a clean sheet gets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he got a goal and an assist today.
And by the way,
I think he gets
just that.
man of
He
the match.
created another great chance for us as well. Where then I think that's to João Pedro, and João Pedro hit it wide. I think he's the one who created that chance too.
But this is why, like, I've been on this thing lately where I've been saying to people, I think we're getting to this point in football where just because your position on a team sheet says right back doesn't mean you're only going to play right back and you can only play right back. Like, I think too many people who watch football nowadays get this idea stuck in their head that it's got to be green lines, it's got to play players in their position. It's all this like FIFA, EAFC fucking mindset where the reality of football doesn't actually work that way. Malo Gusto, for as bad as he was last season, one thing he's always been is kind of like the way I like to describe him is almost like a streets baller, where like he's got some fancy flicks and tricks here and there. He can do the nice little techie stuff, like outside of like what he's doing on the pitch. I'm saying like he strikes me as that type of player that he can do like the neat tricks and all that kind of stuff, and he can be techie, but he's limited based on what he can do, like score or like power shot, like stuff like that, right? But when you see today, when you're a coach and you can see Malo, you have an eye for a pass. Like even under Poch, we were kind of confused with Malo Gusto's attacking numbers because in Ligue 1, he had good defensive numbers but failed to have any attacking numbers. During the Poch season, we see he's got good crossing ability. He's getting assists, can overlap, underlap. So he can connect with players. He can do the 1-2s and the 1-2 touches, and the chemistry's there. Like he can link up play very well. He's got a good pass in him, even though we didn't see it last season. Last season he struggled. There's no denying that. Now I'm seeing like, okay, so you got a player that has a good tackle on him. He definitely has a good slide tackle on him when he's on form and he's not being stupid. You got a player that can pass. Like, I can see why Enzo tries to shoehorn him in. And in games like today, it actually works. It doesn't always work, but in games like today, it worked. The lines were there. He had the creativity. He had the link-up play. He was making the runs. So I know people obsess over the fact that his position is right back. But I'll be honest, man, sometimes you just have the ability to play in certain positions and get things off in certain scenarios. And because you have that ability, you play. You get shoehorned in. And today he did play right back too as well. I'm not going to lie. He defended, but I mean, I think today he was brilliant and I could see why. And that's why I don't get really upset when people start complaining about why are you playing players out of position and this and that. Like, I get it. When it's Chilwell on the left wing, I don't get it because Chilwell was cheeks on left wing. But I've seen games this season where Malagusto's actually been decent at midfielder. He's been decent at the inverting role. And
he's done that once. I'll be honest.
What do you mean? What he's done once?
As in doing that midfield role, like to a high level, and that was the Liverpool game, and that was because it was very specific instructions he had to do that role.
He started against Barcelona, didn't he? I think he was good against Barcelona.
He started right back against Barcelona.
Oh no, he's yeah. I would say
like, and I'll be like Marshall, like he was very good today. I'm not taking this is not taking away again. I think your points don't add up for Gusto, if that makes sense. I agree in a sense of like when you have a technically sound player, they can play in multiple different positions. Reece is a fantastic example. I think Gusto is the wrong example to use because that was the issue with him all of last season. And I'll be honest, the first quarter of this season, really, is his technical ability to be able to play in midfield was bad. Like, it was just bad. Mm-hmm. Like, there was reasons why I was coming on him multiple times and cussing out him for not being able to make passes, not being able to, like, understand, like, scan and understand who's around him and stuff like that. So, I think he was amazing at it today. This is not a regular occurrence that we've seen, like, with Gusto, in terms of playing that inverted role. Because he hasn't done the stuff he was doing today in terms of that pass for the Palmer goal. We've seen him have moments where he's cutting back inside and passing backwards or sideways, and he's killing attacks or counter attacks, or he's messing the pass up. I
gotta show this. I gotta showcase this.
Yeah, so like I think that he, like I said, I think today was excellent from him, and like the man of the match thing, I think it is deserved in terms of I would have said someone else, but I think it was close between him and two others. So like I'm not like
I know who you're talking about, and I would agree. Yeah, it was close, but he got the goal and assist, so it has to go to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think it was either him, Fofana, or Chalobah for me, and it was like you could have picked any of those three and you would be correct. So like I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I think he was definitely better today, 100%. Like definitely better today. I just think like I need to wait and see more of games like today before I say that he's actually started to like fully improve. It's like the Sanchez thing of like fully turned a corner of being able to do this multiple roles thing. I also disagree with what you said about his versatility in terms of why he gets played. I think it's just because of his energy. It's similar to like Neto, where he just like runs non-stop for 90 minutes, regardless of position. So that's why he plays. Because he can just run, whether he's right back, centre mid, left back, wherever, he just runs. So like you see Maresca wants those type of players in the team. Yes, he wants some versatile players, but he also just wants players that can run for 90 minutes.
I'll tell you why it didn't work against Bournemouth, because he's not the only player on the pitch, and also because we had two players that were dead tired. Also because we had Tosin in that lineup.
Was that the game Tosin conceded us 2 goals? Or was that...
Actually, no, that wasn't the game Tosin. Tosin didn't play against Bournemouth.
That was Leeds one. Tosin was Leeds.
No, that was Leeds. Let me see this real quick, because I can answer you since you want to call me a smart ass.
I was going to say, Scott, don't you think...
I mean, like...
thinking it, hasn't he been like quite consistent
since
like...
Liam Delap was playing. Like, he wasn't getting a goal. Cole Palmer couldn't play. Enzo was tired. Like, there's so many ways.
For me, most of the consistent performances we've seen from Gusto this season have been when he's been playing as an actual right back.
Yeah,
this is like I said, this is the second game to me, and it might just be because my memory is shit.
No, I agree with you. Inverting wise, this
is only the second game I can remember that he's had where he either played in midfield or inverted into midfield and was top tier, like of a top level. And I said it was this game and the Liverpool game. And the Liverpool game for me was because you got him playing in a very specific role for a very specific reason in that game. So that's what, like, that's only the second. That's why I say it's only the second game. That's why I said like I'm not doing the like too much hype yet, because like Danish says, like I need to see. Like if he keeps doing this like on a regular basis, because it looks like this is going to be a thing in terms of when we need to rotate Caicedo if Asugo isn't fit. It's going to be both him and Reece James playing. What's it called? And so I think if he's going to do this inverting thing into midfield a lot more, if he continues having performances like this, that's good. Because ultimately in the day, I said like he had until January this year to prove me wrong or for me to not want him to get sold. It looked spooky for the first half of this season, the first half of this season.
Yeah.
But now he's starting to turn it around. Like if this carries on, then cool. Like then I've got no issue with him doing this. It's just we're seeing now what I wanted to see last season, which was an actual like understanding of how to play that role.
Yeah.
Like not being a detriment in terms of, like I said earlier, making sure when you're in that role, you're scanning, you're like adding to the midfield, you're doing the pressing stuff, which we know he can do, but like doing the passing as well. So yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like as long as he can do more performances like today, I've got no issue.
So just to read into some of the stats of today's game, and even like to what Scott's saying, like I agree. And going into this season, he was our worst player, right? Like going into the season. Once the season started, he started off really slow.
Or second worst, but I'll be honest.
Well, compared to last season, right? Like going into it, like he was our worst player. I think we had a debate on it between him and Nkunku, and I think he came out the victor in not a good way.
I think he did.
Yeah. So Malo Gusto didn't start off the season very well, and he had one good game here, 2 bad games there. Like it took a bit, and as of recently, like I think we are starting to see more consistency from him. I think the Bournemouth game, I don't think it was like a great game from him, but it also wasn't a bad game. Like I've seen him have bad games, and he wasn't the reason we didn't win that game either. I think that was a big on the manager. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think ever since Liverpool, he's kind of upped it up. He may have had one hiccup game there, but he's done really well. And on Malo Gusto, I did want to read this as well. It took France international Malo Gusto 98 matches to register his first Chelsea goal. After breaking his duck against Wolves, he spoke of his desire to kick on and add to his tally. The 22-year-old was true to his word, scoring the second of his Chelsea career against Everton this afternoon. According to Opta, Gusto also had most touches, 49, and completed the most passes, 39, in the opening period. His impressive performance demonstrated why he is becoming such an important player for Chelsea. I'm going to make this bigger because there's actually a good amount of good info here to look into. Let me just make that a little bigger. So yeah, first for progressive passes in today's game, second for carries, first for total passes in today's game, second for involvements in build-up, first for involvements in the attacking sequence. Like he helped make the attack fluid, not only defend well as well. So like, I just want to see a performance like this from Malo Gusto every day, all the time. Like what Scott's asking for, essentially. And I'll be happy. I don't mind Malo Gusto being in his team, especially when, we still aren't really sure what to expect from Reece. Hopefully, we're expecting more of what we're getting from him. But, when you have a good player like Malo Gusto putting on these performances, it kind of makes sense why Acheampong is struggling to get into the right back position. And when you look at, obviously, the Tosin thing, unforgivable. We all agree on that. But when you look at the players you have right now in Fofana and Chalobah and the center back pairing that they're forming, also another reason why Acheampong is struggling to get in, as talented as he is. And I kind of want it to be that way, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of want the bar to be so high that players like Acheampong, who we know are talented, do struggle to get in. Obviously, I don't want them to leave, but these are the level of performances we need at Chelsea Football Club. Again, Tosin, I don't excuse that. Tosin should never be an option before Chalobah, ever. Or Acheampong. Never. But Malo Gusto and the center back pairing today, like, it was good. I need to see more of this. And again, more GNA to his tally today. He looked good with Cole. Looked good with João Pedro at times. Looked good with Neto. The link-up plays there. The chemistry's there. I like it. I mean, the other thing to talk about, too, is the center back pairing today, guys. I can't lie. Chalobah looked like a beast today. And Fofana was cleaning up shop and talking shit at the same time.
He was.
He really was.
Smack, bro.
Yeah, but what do we think about?
You perform, go ahead, man.
What happened?
No, I said, listen, you perform, go ahead. Yeah, and just to talk about Malo Gusto too. I mean, I told you, like you. I'm very fair. Poch season, he gave us an amazing season. I think we can all admit that it was a great season. So that's one good season. Then Maresca first season, he gave us a bad season. So that's one balance. So for me, I was always going to judge him off of this third season, exactly like Scott said. And honestly, like obviously the World Cup, the Club World Cup final, I think he did really well for us. You know, I think that was one of his better entire games that he had in his entire Chelsea career. Forget just the second season. And then yeah, starting this first, you know, this first half of the season, it was looking spooky. But you know, one of the things that we wanted to see with Gusto is, you know, if we are going to stick with Maresca, right? Then, and if Maresca is going to ask his fullbacks to be doing the job that Cucurella is doing, then we need to see that you're able to do that. Otherwise, you're just not going to work in this team. It's that simple. We're not going to use you as just a conventional fullback. We ask a lot more of our fullbacks. I mean, we have Reece in midfield. You know what I'm saying? Cucurella is basically a midfielder at times, so we need that from him. And if you're not able to do that, then unfortunately, like, you're not the profile we're looking for. But with Gusto, it's clear to see, I think, in the recent performances, that there's a very clear improvement from last year when he was inverting. And not only that, I think this game was definitely the best example of that. This game was what we were expecting from him, taking up those spaces last season, right? Actually score, actually get the passes in, right? Have the same eye for a pass, same eye for a goal that Cucurella does, right? And while Cucurella tends to be like, you know, with the header, with the runs into the back post that he gets his goals, you know, I mean, Gusto's always been there for the cutback. Let's be honest. It's just the fact we were pissed is that, like, he's in these like right hand 10 spaces and then he would miss. Like, he wouldn't even get the shot on target. So this game was very, very good for him. You know, I'm happy for him. Like, I never have an agenda against our players. It's just like, if you're not good enough, it's kind of a thing where, what do you want me to do? It's a job. It's like your job. If you don't perform at your job, you get moved on. Doesn't matter how much they like you as a person. If you don't perform, you got to be moved on. But nah, I mean, it was a great game from Gusto. And then to just talk about the defense, I mean, Fofana, man, like, it's one of those things where it's crazy how quickly he bounces back to a high level after injury. Like I said before, like, lesser players would have been retired by the amount of injuries that Fofana has, and he's still able to perform to this level. He's still able to be aggressive. And you saw so many times against Everton how key it is that Fofana can actually run back and win the one-on-ones. Like, he's fast, he's rapid, he's able to get back. Unlike Tosin, who's a fridge. That brother is a fridge. Every time they know, like, other teams know, like, oh, hold up, against Fofana, we can't just, you know, hope for the counter, because he's gonna win. He's faster, he's stronger. He's just gonna win more time than not. So that's not a viable strategy for us. Whereas when we have Tosin and Chalobah, that's good eats. That's easy eats. Everybody eating on a Tosin Chalobah backline. You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
You could, and it's a thing when you see Chalobah's performances as well, like, so heavily dictated by who he plays next to. Like, when he plays with Tosin, he looks like a dumber player. He looks cheeks. He plays with Fofana.
100%.
You can tell he enjoys playing more with Fofana. Therefore, he has more confidence in Fofana. He plays better.
I also think there's more communication, which I think that's so key. Like, when you're a center back, like, you need to know when you have pressure. You need to know when you have time on the ball. You need, because you don't have 360 eyes. Like, you know, like, it's just, I think the communication, we're not on the pitch, right? We can't hear it. But I think sometimes when you see the really stupid plays that happen to us, it's like, how at a professional level is that able to happen? And sometimes you could dumb it down to, like, the fact that, oh, it's because he didn't know it was behind him because no one told him. Or he didn't know he had time on the ball because no one said anything to him. Like, you can only do so much as a player and as a human. So I think at the highest level, I just don't think Tosin can keep up. But Chalobah, if you put him with someone who is competent, he's showing he can go band for band. He can keep up. He can actually put on good performances. And I'm really impressed as someone who's been super critical of Chalobah, so much so that I wanted him sold in January. And now I'm thinking, you know what? If he still plays like this, then I regret what I said. I made a mistake in my analysis, and I spoke too soon. I didn't realize just how bad you had it with Tosin. I didn't realize just how bad Colwell had it with Tosin. Like, God damn it, I'm looking at that partnership Colwell had with Tosin for a little bit last season. I'm like, man, no fucking wonder. They were holding my boy back. Here's Fofana's stats in today's game against Everton. 19 defensive contributions. God damn. If you had him on your fantasy team, GG's. 3 interceptions, 11 clearances, 3 blocked shots, 5 recoveries, 6 duels won, 58 passes, 84 touches, 100 dribbles, 100 tackles won. This guy's a beast. This guy's a beast.
Nothing by him, bro.
He's a beast. He's an absolute fucking demon, bro. As I say that.
Stats, because I felt like I noticed Chalobah more, but these stats.
I'll try to see. I feel the same way. I felt the same way.
No, I'm telling you, there's so many times in the game, and I know me and Morning Zombie, we were talking about it when I was doing my watch song. It's like there were times, bro, they got in behind, and Fofana would catch up to them, and just like a standing tackle win. It's like, bro, come on now.
I'm gonna see if I can
No,
find.
it's definitely our clear like
Chalobah's
partnership
stats.
for the season is Chalobah and Fofana. That is our partnership because Colwell he's not coming back this season, right?
One shot Gyökeres. Okay, sorry. Colwell, he might be back at the end of the season. Sorry.
Nah, but
I got
I don't
distracted
see
looking for
Colwell
stats.
actually playing in this team this season. Like
He could come back for like a Champions
might-
League final or semi-final. I'm being dead ass. Chris he's expected to be back before the end of the season.
no,
But
I'm
we-
talking about,
we-
like,
we
saying
wrote-
Chelsea
we-
semi-final, final, Champions League final. Like it's a shut case. Like it's comfortable and we're gonna get there. It's gonna be hard if we do.
You don't believe
Wait.
Chris? You don't believe Chris?
I do not believe
No, I'm
in
just kidding, I'm just
Chelsea winning the Champions
Winning the
this season,
Champions
like,
League? All right. Screw you, Chris. Nobody asked you.
No, actually, I do think we could win just because
I
we're a
don't put
cup
my
team.
stocks in unless I
Hey.
truly believe it.
My man
We're too much of
RSM.
a cup team, man.
Yeah.
We are a cup
no,
team,
like-
but Champions League's still different.
It shows, man. It shows. I've been saying, like, as long as Fofana stays fit, we have a chance. But if he falls, the moment he falls, knock on wood, people,
Oh.
the moment he falls, I have no confidence that
And
our
so
defense will stay this good.
And you know how annoying it is as well, Marshall, the fact that because of injuries, we haven't seen the full potential of the team. Like, if Cole never got injured, we would have Cole Fofana. If Lavia and Isugu didn't get injured, we wouldn't see Caicedo and Enzo be as tired, right? It's just so annoying, bro. It's so annoying.
I'm trying to think. I think
Is
it's the
this
same
true,
way.
Marlon? Fofana, the second fastest CB in the Premier League behind Spurs center back, which is Van der
I
Ven.
mean,
That's
he
Van
is
de Ven,
pretty-
yeah. That,
like-
I don't doubt it, bro. Fofana's rapid, bro.
He's quick, yeah.
Is this before the surgery he's had though?
I don't know.
He is still quick. It's just.
I think he's referring to after, even now.
Oh. I mean, he is.
If
a
it is
quick
now, so
centre
wouldn't
back.
surprise me. Like I told you, Fofana's a freak of nature, bro. The fact his body's able to recover that quickly after so many injuries and
He's
recover this
Wolverine,
well.
in a sense.
I think honestly though, if he had none of these injuries, he would be classed as a world-class centre back.
Of course,
I do think
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as Reese, by the way.
But
Like when people say like, "Oh, Reese would be if he wasn't."
no,
I feel
Reece
the
is
same
already
way.
world-class before all that.
No,
and-
Reese is world class though.
And he's still.
No,
got the
but people know
ability.
I'm saying the argument that people always gave is like, how can he be world class if he's
Yeah.
not consistent?
Yeah. I get that. I get
I
that.
I just don't. I've never seen Fofana be world-class before.
I think the difference with him and I think the difference between Fofana and Reece is we've actually seen Reece do it on a consistent basis at that top world class level. I think is the only difference with him and Fofana. Like we just haven't seen Fofana be able to do that because of how often and frequent he's been out. But yeah, I think the thing that surprised me because I disagree a little bit with something you said RSM with Fofana in terms of I think normally what we've seen when he comes back from injury is it takes him a couple games to get up to like his best level. That was always the like criticism I had for him compared to like Reece or Lavia because I felt like those guys came back immediately like looked like they hadn't missed a beat.
I meant more so like the level of actual injuries, bro. He's like actually torn muscles, and he's still able to play the game at this high level.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I mean.
I
Like he's
understand.
like completely ripped his muscles, like bro.
Yeah,
But I
he's...
think what's been impressive since he's come back this most recent time, which is what I was saying, is like he's come back and it looks like he hasn't like it looks like he's actually now finally back to the Fofana we thought we were getting when we signed him. Which
Yeah.
like we have yet to see him do that. Like every time, like I said, he's got injured, it's taken him 2-3 games to get back to that level. I'm not saying he's been shit, but it's like he's been like a 6 out of 10. And then because of how frequently he gets injured, after like 4 or 5 games he's out again. So we never really get to see him like get back to that level properly. So the fact he's now come back and like I said, he seems to have literally hit another level or gone back to that level that he was at, just before he left Leicester when he just joined us. Like that's good to see because that was always the thing for me, just like a personal note, that was stopping me ever getting behind him, like after the injuries, because I was like, if I have to wait for you to kind of get reps in, get back to your best, and you're always injured, what's the point? But yeah, like unreal since he's come back. Like he's been unreal.
Yeah, and I think I didn't expect to talk about him. But I think another person that we do have to actually give some amount of praise to is Robert Sanchez. As of right now, Robert Sanchez is currently tied for the most clean sheets in the Premier League. I'm almost certain of that.
He's been good, man. Like it's
Wait,
the same
hey,
stuff.
Bro, by the way, we have out of I think
I should check that before I say that, but I'm pretty sure
No,
he's
he
only
is
one away
joined.
from
He
Bayern.
was
No, he
joined
is
after
8.
today.
Man, I should
It's
put
just
my
that
fantasy league.
Raya, like everyone thought Raya was going to get one today, but obviously he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
What were you gonna say, RSM, or whoever was talking? I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
No, I was gonna say we have right now as a team, 50% clean sheets in all the games that we played so far this season in the Prem.
That's not bad.
and that's actually
not
thanks
bad.
to Sanchez in some of those games, like today. Like he made 2
Yeah.
great saves. I thought.
It's just
one
for
when
me,
it
it
went
just
in a
shows that we
1v1
have been
situation.
absolutely so fucked this season by like individual player mistakes in games that like.
And these sporting directors again, like, bro, if we'd actually got a centre back in the summer, and it didn't even have to be like some elite level centre back.
Mark Gu-
Like,
Mark Guehi
I'd have liked to
would have
get
been a good
he.
one.
Oh,
But, like, bro,
by the
you
way,
could've got-
I don't know if you saw the news.
No.
Real Madrid just agreed terms with Upamecano. Just
Jeez.
I thought you-
Oh, we were linked to that guy too. Wow, damn it. All right.
yeah,
but, like,
that's my
I don't know if I
Definitely
would have
would,
wanted him. He's up and
He
down.
seemed like he had some bozo mistakes in him, but all of the
50-50
Bayern centre backs looked like they did. But yeah, like,
yeah.
even if you'd gone and got like, I'd have loved Guehi, but like, say you got that Alexandro guy, say you'd gone and got Bremer or something like that.
Bremer
Like,
would've been a
if
good
you'd have
shout.
just got a guy who was like kind of in the middle of good to great, was at least competent, bro, we'd have
Handicap
been
would
been
suit us
fine.
too, I think.
We'd have been fine at set of defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because we had to. It's because we had to have like friggin' Tosin in the back
This is
line.
true too, by the way,
Like,
Scott.
so
The
much
red
of the
card
season.
situation did cost us a bit too.
We had like
Yes and no. Like even without the red cards though, like
Mm-hmm.
there's still been so many defensive errors, but so many of
Yeah.
those have come as a result of having Tosin. So if we just got one centre back, one fucking centre back in, that's all it
Mhm.
required, by the way. And if you'd gone and got Hincapié as an example, didn't have to cost you anything, or could have got Mosquera for 13 million or whatever, right? One centre back, and it would have been so much better this season. The defense.
And that's the thing too. Like, even though I'm slightly against Upamecano, I'm seeing how much better Robert Sanchez has been since we've gotten him. Same thing with Chalobah. Same thing with Reese in terms of the fitness, and like you see the improvement that Maresca seems to be able to get out of these players. I wouldn't be surprised if we were in that conversation and actually did get our hands on Upamecano, that maybe those bozo moments that we see get cleaned out of him. Like he maybe improves as a center back and becomes more consistent with us. So it's just it annoys me because, like, yeah, we could have done that in the summer. We were linked with Hoyson, but after those links died, we never really went in for another center back.
Yeah.
So like you
And Hoyson-
wanted to get a center back, but because you didn't get the one you wanted, you just gave up on it completely.
And I'll be
Like,
honest,
I have a
Hoyson-
problem with that.
Hoyson based
No,
on the
Hoyson's
season
been
isn't
looking-
exact.
Yeah,
he's not exactly looking like
it, bro.
Bro, he's exactly the type of player I thought he was when we were linked with him, bro.
I think
These
Hoyson would have
type
been
of
better
guys,
with
bro.
us, but yeah, I mean, it's
These type of
Well, my
guys,
thing
these
with
half
Hoyson is
season
what-
wonders, bro.
All due
No.
respect with Hoyson, we have Josh, bro. So what's the point?
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
Nah,
too.
even with the Hoyson thing, bro, it was like it's just these type of like half season, 2/3 of a season wonders, bro. I'm not about
Mhm.
it. No one wanted him when he wasn't starting for
But even
Bournemouth.
then, the biggest overlying issue is that you went for a center back in Hoyson, but then when you didn't get Hoyson, you didn't go back for another center back. You just stopped.
Mhm.
That's the problem I have. So it's like it's silly, but yeah, going back to Robert Sanchez, man, like I'm glad to see he's improving. I'm glad to see he's being more consistent. I think the one thing that I do appreciate, which it's probably because I'm a Chelsea fan, and we've all been used to having the Kepas and the Mendy's of our team, and the amount of times that, yeah, you're just gonna flub at the ball, biscuit wrists, and all that stuff. Like, we remember that. Just the cross claiming, the confidence he has to claim crosses and get us out of danger in set piece moments when, like, we're in a Premier League currently where set pieces are so dominant in the game. It gives me confidence that when there's a corner against us, we'll be okay. And that's not something I used to have with Sanchez. I think that's like progress. Now, the passing at the back, it's improved too, but I'm still very shaky that he's going to pass it to the wrong player. And he has done it a few times and gotten away with
I think
it.
that's always going to be there, though, Marshall. Like, I think, unfortunately,
Yeah.
with Sanchez, because of what we've seen before, that's never really going to go away.
Yeah.
Because because I think it's going to end up being like, as an example, right? I don't know if you've seen any of the comps of like Penders. You know how high he like goes out of his box and whatnot, and like he basically plays like another centre back. I feel like for as good as he is at doing that, there's always going to be that element of someone being nervous with him doing that.
Yeah, obviously, Jack, give him a grace.
You always get caught out doing that at some point. Like every
Yeah.
keeper, whether they're Edison, Pickford, some of the best ball playing goalkeepers in the world, they always get caught out with that. There's always going to be an element of like nervousness. But I think, again, with Sanchez, like we've kind of discussed this before, but it's like it almost feels like we're a broken record with him, but in a positive sense now. Of like, there's almost no reason to actually talk about him anymore because he's having good games. He's not being a detriment to the team. His passing is decent. At worst, it's decent. Most of the time, it's good. The biggest thing again is the cross claiming from set pieces and just balls in the box anyway. Like, I'm so glad, and fair play to him, like, because he's actually turned around. I'm so glad we don't have to have a constant conversation every single stream about how much of a moron this guy is. Like, I'm just glad we don't have to have a conversation anymore. We have to have it, unfortunately, about other players, but we'll get to them. I'm just glad we don't have to talk about him anymore. Because, like, it was every friggin' stream. It was him.
Yeah, it really was.
Coming up in conversation for something.
I couldn't even say the name without you guys getting angry at some points. I'll be so real.
Okay,
That ass. Like I couldn't even like I thought you guys were so unfair on the criticism. A lot of it was merited, but I think there was over criticism of Sanchez at times. But it's nice to see that he's turned it around. I'm not gonna go out and say he's like the best center, he's the best goalkeeper in the league. Oh, Ballon d'Or, Robert Sanchez, none of that. Obviously, I won't even entertain the idea that he could win the Golden Glove at the end of the season. I won't even entertain that. But there has been improvements. I still want Magnan. That's not changed. I still want Magnan because I do think Magnan overall is a better package. But listen, Sanchez, you're definitely at a level now where it could be a debate. It could be a debate. Keep it up, and we might have this debate in the summer. Do we need Magnan? All this and that. We will see. But I've been impressed with the performances. It's good to see the consistency. So yeah, we'll go from there. Another player, obviously, Chris told me to bring it up before. Figured I'd bring it up now. I finally have the no, not this.
What was it?
Stop.
Oh, is the end?
I finally have Chalobah's stats here. I was looking for it on that Twitter page and I wasted my time, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it here." Chalobah today. 4 tackles made, 2-1, no interceptions, 8 clearances, 1 block shot. I remember that block shot.
That was the one I think.
Yeah, that was a good block shot. And he does really well about blocking shots. So for him, like the reading of when the player is going to shoot and getting in the right positions, he's pretty good about it. Ground duels, 1. He won 4 ground duels out of 6. 1 is aerial duel. Accurate passing, 97% accurate passing, 80% passes into the opposition box, passes into his own half, 98%. Long ball, not the most accurate, but it is. We'll take it. 85 touches, like just overall a good game. Like he's done really well. He's really turning it around, and I hope for Chalobah, what I want to see going forward, not only the consistency. I think you've shown the consistency. I want you to be unfazed by who you play next to. I want you to be like Levi Colwill in that sense, where like even though Levi Colwill has to deal with Tosin, he's fine. He'll get by. He doesn't let it drag him down. Chalobah, I think that's the next step for you. You need to just be inevitable, right? Be the Aspie of center backs. It's a high task, I understand, because consistency is very difficult in this game, but you're showing it, and I've been impressed. And you're not only showing it, but like you're putting in the work. I see the videos. I see the work that Chalobah puts in. Guy's got his own fitness trainer. Like he's doing all the work. Like, bro, I think Chalobah this season is the most fit he's ever been, and all the time I've seen him at Chelsea. He's really, really taking this seriously and to the next level. Like his mentality is becoming elite, and I need him to show it on the pitch as well, with leadership, as well as like not being fazed by the moment, not being fazed by, what's the word I'm looking for? But like it's kind of like the moment, but the occasion, right? because
overall.
I've seen sometimes the mentality's not there, but he's getting there, and I think he's getting a stronger mentality. I remember after the reason I say this, Scott, because I know he's one of your favorite players. The reason I say this is because I remember after that United game, Chalobah looked really down bad. Like Chalobah looked like he had just finished crying. Like he really beat himself up about that. Rightfully so. It was a shit performance, but I think he's gotten stronger from that. I think he's learned from that, and I think he's taking it into this day-to-day life and really getting into that next level of mentality. And I really want to see that.
This is why I don't like SofaScore.
Why?
Look at Enzo Fernandez right
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not gonna focus.
I
on
don't.
that, 'cause, like,
I don't do the
great.
rating. I don't.
We said we're gonna talk about the
Sorry,
positives
I
first.
just this is
Yeah,
why-
You said
talk
we're
about
going to talk about
this,
positives
this
first.
is
Yeah,
why.
we did.
Sorry, this is why I can't look at it. Like I just see the ratings and it just puts me off.
I don't listen to the ratings. I never pay
know,
attention to the score
I know.
ratings.
I'm
ever.
not saying you don't do, but like, it just how
Yeah.
how have they come to that conclusion? It's just they're just reading stats, I guess. Like he does a lot
Yeah.
of simple passes and it boosts his rating somehow. Like Sanchez,
Yeah,
7.4.
Danish Maldini, what I was trying to get at with Chalobah is I've seen when the occasion does get to him and he does like fall under pressure. Like he can get rattled. He can, lose his head a bit. But he's been so much better now. He's been so much better ever since Fofana's come back. I think he's starting to finally develop a leadership, because that's the thing. I think he was trying to make himself a leader in the beginning of the season, and it really wasn't working out, because when you're not that guy, you're not that guy, right? And sometimes when you are a senior in the locker room, you do have to step up and be that leader. And I think I want to see him develop that. I want to see him improve on that, because if he can do that, I think he'll be well-rounded as a center back, and I don't think I have a single reason to believe he's going to go past Chelsea in the summer. So that's my 2 cents on Chalobah. I don't know if there's anything else to mention on him.
He's actually shown
No.
consistent form. That's what I'm liking about Chalobah,
Yeah.
and that's what we mentioned. But like, he definitely saved us today with that one block near the end of the game.
But it's
like,
not revisionism, though, EPL Turf. Like, he was bad in the beginning of the season, but it's
I've
clear to
always
see that
liked
once
him,
you take
but-
Tosin out of the equation, he's improved
I was
drastically.
gonna say, like, it's not
So
even
it says the common
revisionism,
denominator.
like,
I've always liked him, but
It's-
I don't think he should be a starter quality if you want to challenge. But like, I've always liked
Yeah.
the idea of him staying around the squad.
I was gonna say, I hate this thing of revision. It's never
Yeah.
been revisionism. He's been here since Tuchel. He performed consistently under Tuchel next to Thiago Silva. He then performed for Maresca last season. Like, the only times he hasn't performed is when he's been either in a horrible system that is dreadful defensively, i.e. Poch, or when he's been next to someone who is just a complete bozo, where he then has to take the reins and be the leader in the back line, i.e. Tosin. But he's not that player. Like, he's a B centre-back next to a guy who's an A centre-back who he can kind of bounce off of and work with. But he is a more than competent centre-back to get top 4, and he's good enough to be a squad player potentially for rotation games in a team that wants to win the league, to play your Leeds or your Bournemouths or whoever, right?
Yeah.
The issue with Chalobah has always been he's just not good enough to be a high-level centre-back for a, like, Champions League or
He
title
can't be your main man, bro. He can't
Yeah.
be your main man.
No,
That's
He
how
can
I
be
exactly.
your
always
third.
see
He
him.
can be your third or fourth guy up off the bench.
Yeah,
Like, easy.
He's definitely
Like, he's
making an
shown
argument.
basis.
though.
What people like to do with Chalobah, and part of this comes down to the fact that he is from Cobham, and like some people just have this weird hatred boner for like people who come from Cobham.
He was John Santos.
But he wasn't. But it's like they just think that he isn't able to do all this, and all they see is the bad, and they just remember the bad and remember none of the good that he's like done, none of the good performances. So like they'll remember the fact that he got skinned like a couple of times by St. Maximin like 4 years ago or whatever the fuck it was, and got skinned a couple of times by
so
Luis
long
Diaz
ago.
like 4 years ago again, whenever the fuck it was, because I don't even remember,
Luis
right?
Diaz dead skin.
But they won't remember the fact that he was player of the month or nominated for player of the month for March under Tuchel. So it's just a
I
pick
actually
and
don't
choosing
remember
thing.
that, but-
If he's not your cup of tea, he's not your cup of tea. But like, I'm tired of people trying to like
look
trying to
at Scott
diminish
like-
the good stuff he's had and just say it's all been bad.
There are people who do too much. I will admit, for
There,
sure.
there is like 3 centre backs. What needs to go before Chalobah? What I can see is like Disasi.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Badiashile and Tosin.
I agree with that too.
We don't look at Chalobah until after them 3 are gone. And then
I
we
would
bring
like
in
to
other centre backs.
believe Sorry, Chris. I'm sorry. I would
it's
like to
fine.
believe that, and this is me again emphasizing as I would like to believe. I don't necessarily actually believe it. I would like to believe that the ownership saw that Chalobah is actually decent quality enough to stay at Chelsea and decided against selling him.
And what I like about Chalobah,
He's gonna stay, bro.
He doesn't
You
kick
think
up
so?
a fuss being a bench player either.
I think we're gonna see Badiashile, Tosin, and Disasi be the center backs that are moved on. We're gonna buy
Yeah, I
one more
agree.
center back. Cole's gonna
Mhm.
come back. It's gonna be Cole, Fofana, Josh, and whatever new center back we bring in, and then probably Enzo Mino. So we have like 5 center backs deep.
Yeah. So I agree. I think those center backs definitely need to go. Badiashile, you could make a debate he could stay, but I don't know, man.
It's
It's injury
I've-
tax, bro. It's
the
Yeah,
injury
it's
tax is bad. Yeah.
Also,
It's the same
I'm
reason.
gonna
It's
be
the same
honest.
reason why I'm slowly being convinced that that Lavia is gonna go.
Also,
As
I'm gonna
good
be
as
honest
he is,
with
bro,
the
like,
Medici thing. Like it's performance as well. Like the Liverpool performance was amazing. Outside of that, man, like it's been mid since he's come back in a few games he's
Badiashile?
played. Yeah, it's been mid as
Yeah.
shit. Like outside of that Liverpool
Liverpool
performance, it's been
was
mid.
unreal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy Sam 10, 15, whatever million years.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, say what you can get for him, Tosin, Disasi, and like RSM said. I think the only issue Chalobah's gonna have is if they plan to have Anselmino and Sarr come into this team, because like both of those
He's
guys
still
are
got that,
are right-sided centre backs.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, there's not enough space, and he will have to leave because like he's not a left-sided centre back. I think you clearly see that. Like that's still his most uncomfortable attribute is the passing forward, especially like between the lines or like breaking like the midfield line. He's not
Mhm.
comfortable doing it. But yeah, I think that will be the only issue is if like they decide not to sell Anselmino to Dortmund, and obviously if they believe in Sarr and they bring both those guys back, I think that will be what maybe pushes him out the door. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to wait and see because even then, I don't know what's gonna happen with those two center backs. Let's actually talk about another
one of
player.
them. By the way, sorry, just on that note, I know it's a completely different tangent. One of them is injured again. I'll give you 3 guesses to guess which one.
Wait, who's injured?
Anselmino, isn't it?
Bro, he's cut. If I'm Chelsea, I'm getting rid, bro. He's had another injury, and in the space of like a year, that's 3 injuries in the space of a year. Bro's cooked.
Yeah, but Mega's the same way, and they're still gonna bring him in. So
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's okay. Well, I'm glad you brought up injuries because if it wasn't long ago, we were having similar conversations about this player, and we mentioned it earlier, but I think it needs to be mentioned as well as his performance today. Reece James played 3 games in a row for 90 minutes for the first time since 2023.
I go, bro.
And Enzo Maresca came out with quotes saying he's asking for more. He's getting better and better. It's a good feeling for us. He's an important player for us. 100%. And I
Bro,
think
it's enough to make a grown man cry. I can't lie, man.
but the thing is like
player, man.
like I'm so happy and I hope it keeps going because I remember how devastated he was when he couldn't make the World Cup 4 years ago. Like I think he was doing all those grim postings on his story. He was saying how he struggled mentally from recovering from that situation of just being unfit and available for Chelsea. And to see him come through on that other side, on the other end of this, and now playing as consistently as he's playing. And this is one thing that even if you don't rate Maresca for the tactics, for playing players out of position, for the rotation and all this, the one thing that I will not allow in any conversation with any Chelsea fan or rivals or myself is I will not allow any discrediting of him being a big reason why Reece James is back. Because the managing of the minutes, it's these type of like recoveries from where he was to where he is now that give me faith that maybe he can do the same thing with Fofana. Maybe he can do the same thing with Lavia. Maybe he can do the same thing. Even you just mentioned Anselmino. Who knows? Maybe he's mismanaging of minutes. Maybe it's what it is, right? He's young, growing pains and stuff like that. With Maresca, I'm confident that he can get players to actually be available and manage them right so that they can actually properly recover. Obviously, you are going to have your players who, no matter what happens, they are going to get hurt. Fofana might be that case, but to just see Reece went through three managers that essentially were playing him to the ground, and he was always getting injured when he played under them. It's no coincidence he goes to the fourth manager under Maresca, and he's available, and he's playing 90 minutes. I'd even noticed this. I'd even clocked the fact that he just played 3 90-minute games in a row in all competitions. Atalanta, this one, and then the Bournemouth game. He was there for all of them. And that's insane considering I was worried that he would collapse if you play a game back-to-back. So now it's getting Palmer back into that fitness, right? Because that's another player we'll talk about. Palmer had a good game today, but he's not fully fit. So these players, like, it wasn't long ago, guys, where we were saying, yo, without Reece James, we can't do shit. It's great to see that we can still play well, have players who can change the game, and still have someone who can change the game like Reece James on our bench or on the pitch at the same time. It is enough to bring a grown man to cry, I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like there's still games like that where Reece James does save you. That Arsenal 10 men, I felt like Reece James was unreal, like carrying that midfield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's great to see because I remember, like you said, like people was on about like Sal every time he got injured, or yeah, the long recovery of injuries. Oh, we need to get rid because he's never gonna get fit. But now I got to thank Enzo Maresca and also Reece James, you know, because he said he's been doing.
Oh yeah, he put in the work too, obviously.
Brother, he finally decided to get the surgery. Like, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was so against it.
No, Marshall. Last season we
I
were
think it's
legit.
also
I remember I said like I love Reece James, but this surgery really is his last chance at this club, bro.
Wasn't it something to do with the conflict in his Euros or something?
Yeah, it was to do with the World Cup, I think, or the Euros. Like, just didn't want to.
It's internationally. I just can't remember which time. It feels such a long time ago. Like the injuries now. Reece James is like a whole year playing 3 back-to-back 90 minutes. Like 90 minutes now. We've forgotten about his injuries when it was actually happening.
Yeah, and guess what happened too? By the way, Fofana last season didn't want to listen to Maresca, and he didn't get the surgery. Came back, rushed it.
You know what? I feel like
no, it wasn't even the surgery. Bro didn't even want to do his recovery properly.
Really? Who? Lavia?
Yeah. No,
Fofana.
Oh wow.
It was like a whole thing.
I feel like
he was like,
where
Maresca's like, yeah, Fofana's gonna take, I think, like another 3 weeks. And Fofana's like, who said that? I'm back right now. And then I think literally the game after he got injured again.
Yeah, bro got injured again. It's like, bad.
Yeah, I feel like people gotta listen to Enzo Maresca. He even said this with Chelsea at the start of the season. We need a centre back desperately, and the ownership didn't want to listen and bought 2 left wingers instead. And you look at like if we actually got a better centre back partnership with Fofana, or you know, Fofana doesn't have to play as much, and you can have like Gerhi or someone next to Chalobah. It might be a lot better, but remind me again, has Ahmed apologized for Reece James already? He's apologized for many things.
I think when we were talking about this, I think it was because 1, it was a World Cup year, and 2, I think they were just trying to find a way to solve it without needing surgery.
I say because
it's not also guaranteed.
I say part of it with surgery as well is just the recovery process and like how long you're going to end up being out for as well. So like, I doubt players want to go through that of like having to be out for like multiple months, considering they've already been like with Reece, he's already had so much time out of injury. I don't think he then wants to have to spend like another, what is it, like 6 months or whatever it is. I don't remember how long the surgery like or the recovery was, but like say 6 months of like just recovery and just waiting for the surgery to heal. And like it's one of those like short-term pain for long-term gain, but like I completely understand at the time from like his perspective, if you already missed so much time, why you wouldn't want to go through with it, because you just want to go back to playing.
You can look at Reece as a good example. So I could be like where Reece is today, like injury-free for a whole year now and playing back-to-back 90-minute games. So
I'm looking at the calendar right now.
I do understand still though, you know, players want to play when they've been out for so long, but
actually, is there a way to look at this like without by competition, just like all the games he's played? Because I'm curious to see like how many back-to-back 90-minute games he's been playing, or how many 90 minutes in general.
I'm curious, like how many minutes he's played because
there's a like okay, I can tell you how many minutes he's played this season. He's played 1,361 minutes so far.
That's good because it's not even like
Yeah.
halfway through the season yet, technically.
That's a lot of minutes. Actually, let me see comparing it to like Enzo because I know Enzo.
How many
Oh, I
games
think
does he
Enzo
play?
is like
What
1,500.
What position is he in the squad for? Like, how many minutes he's played?
11
Wow.
games at right back, 7 at DM.
Can I?
No,
I
as in
will
like
say-
no, as in what? So has he had the third most minutes in the team or something? Is what I meant.
Enzo Fernandez?
No, Reese, brother.
Oh, in the team. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the team.
By the way, Reese has played 15 games out of 16 games in Premier League as well, and 5 in Champions League.
Yeah,
Have we
man.
only played 5 in Champions League, or have we played 6?
Yeah, we played 5.
we played-
6 now, right? Do we have 2 left? Or we have 3 games
Oh no,
left?
yes, no, it's 6.
Okay, so he's missed 1 Champions League game and 1 Premier League game this season. That's it.
I imagine the one he missed was probably Ajax.
Something like that, maybe.
Off the top of my head, I could be wrong.
All right, you know what? I'm going to do this a different way.
He
We're going to
missed.
do...
He missed Ajax. You're right. Not on the bench.
What
Not
gives?
even subbed on.
Stats, minutes played.
Fantastic to see, really. I'm thinking maybe he can go for 40 games this season.
Damn. All right, so let's see.
Or more.
I'm not going to count. Okay, so Enzo is the most minutes played by a
Makes
minute.
By a
Cucurella
minute?
is second. Yeah, Cucurella is second.
no, it's
Sanchez, I'm not going to count. So Chalaba is third. Neto is
Well,
fourth.
goalkeepers not real players? Is that what you're saying?
Pedro is fifth. Shut up, Chris. Caicedo is sixth, and Reese is seventh of most minutes played. Malagusa is
how
also
far
up
behind?
there.
How far behind Caicedo is Reese? Just curious.
About 100 minutes.
Wait,
That's
Caicedo's
crazy.
behind Reese?
So it's
That's
like
basically
basically
one
one.
game less. That's
Yeah.
one game less.
Or no, the other way. Reese is behind Caicedo.
Oh, I was going to
So
say.
Caicedo has 100
ahead of
minutes over
Caicedo?
Reese.
That's-
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
so-
Reese is only one game behind Caicedo, pretty much.
Yeah. And we know Caicedo is being played to the ground, so we're just like,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
And he's been playing midfield. Like, that's
Yeah.
not easy for your legs sometimes.
No, it's
You'll
not.
be running everywhere.
Now, if he was playing at right back, I don't know, you know? That's still
No, but
to be
there's not
seen.
overlapping there. He's going to be overlapping for 2
Yeah.
World Cups.
But
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
the thing is though, like at least now he's playing enough minutes where he can probably give you like 60, 55 minutes on that right back position. Like he could probably play right back. But if you're asking him to do that job 90 minutes, 3, 4, 5 games in a row, eventually you're gonna break down. Because it's explosive. It's explosive running that you're doing there. Obviously, yeah, you do explosive running in the midfield as well, but like right back, like that's always gonna be overlapping right back. That's very, very explosive. Right wing back work, bro. Chilwell. There's a reason why Chilwell and Reese were able to do it because both of them, when it comes to like the cardio, one thing I'll never deny Chilwell is the guy's got cardio for days. The guy passed the Pochettino Gagan the Glock press. What the hell was it? The beat test, whatever the fuck. Gakon test. Yeah. Passed the Gakon test. That's the only trophy he won under Poch, the Gakon test trophy, bro. But like, yeah, that's why like those positions take a lot of fucking stamina. They take a lot of freaking endurance and explosiveness, man, and the ability to run. So big up to him, man. I'm glad he's doing well. Cole Palmer played today, guys. I forgot to mention that. Cole Palmer did play today.
Driller, Demon Home, man. Demon Home.
And I got some stats, so let's look into it real quick. Cole Palmer has now scored more Premier League goals for Chelsea than Nicolas Anelka.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Good company to be in,
and he
bro.
had
Bro,
about
he's
6 months,
actually a
people said
demon,
as well.
bro. What?
Only eight players have scored more for the club in the competition's history.
He is a goal freak, though.
Oh my
He is a
Bro.
goal freak. Even last season,
Yo,
he had
it
a lot of
really,
goals.
like this stat just dawned on me. Like we've really been this entire first half of the season without our best attacking.
I
player.
know. That's why I keep telling people. I keep reminding people,
This is
bro.
so crazy, bro.
I know we've been inconsistent, but we've also not had Cole Palmer. He's such a game changer. And listen, talk all the shit you wanted to about Cole Palmer. No, obviously not Chelsea fans, but Cole Palmer. Open play goals. What did he do? Open play goal. Can we shut up about it already?
Can we talk about Saka's only 1 assist? in
By the
5
way,
games?
so just
5
having a look.
days.
Damn,
So-
Chris with the gunshots, bro.
By the way, I'm just having a look here. By the way,
Place.
so he is 2 behind Terry. He's 13 behind Costa. He's
Damn.
15 behind
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, he's a goal freak. That's...
He's 20 behind Zola, and then after that, you're looking at like 30s and whatnot. So yeah, the only people he's behind are Terry, Costa, Johnson,
that's-
Zola, Hasselbank, Hazard,
So
Drogba,
it's
and Lampard.
possible, yeah. Like anything under 20, like he might catch this season low key.
Cool.
I was gonna say he might finish this season, depending on how it goes for him, just outside the top
Maldini,
5.
shut up, bro.
He'd be just outside the top 5, I think, by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
He'd
top
need
five now?
he'd need 15 more goals to get 6th.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I
he's
think-
getting 15 goals or so in the Premier League.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. The feeling I'm having with Cole, knock on wood, I think by the time he finishes his Chelsea career, he will be Chelsea's top goal scorer.
I just
Ah. Wait, what's Lampard on?
147.
147. And Palmer's on 38, right?
How long do you think he's going to be here for, Marshall? That's the
A
question.
the
while,
question.
yes, a bit of time.
Oh shit.
That's $1 million question, bro.
I thought Lampard scored more than 140. Like, I thought he scored like 180.
I think he's here until at least 2030, Scott.
So he's here. Okay, so let's say he's here for another 5 years. So he would
Yeah.
have been
At
here
least.
for what? That would have been 8 years. How many goals do you think he gets this season, roughly speaking?
Oh, if he stays on 5, he could break it.
God damn it, this sucks. 'cause
Lampard was a
I-
freak of Lampard.
the
was a
number
great
the number I
goal
want to
scorer.
say is 15. And I know that seems
Okay,
really
let's say
low.
he gets 15.
We're just talking in the
We're gonna-
Prem or in all
Cool.
competitions.
Yeah, just Prem, because that's what. So we're looking at Prem. So if he gets so he gets 15. So he's on what, 1 so far. So he get another 14. That would put him
Yeah.
on 53. He would
Yeah.
have to then get across the next few seasons around
About 20
90.
each,
He'd have to
Yeah.
get around about 18, 19 every single season for the next 5 years.
at least.
At minimum, yeah.
Is Lampard's is the 147 for Lampard? Is that in all competitions or just the Prem?
No, that's Premier League, brother. We're
Yeah.
just talking about the Premier League.
God damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
it's
bro.
Lampard is a freak.
Like,
But he has
probably-
10 years on his
I'll be honest,
contract, right? He has 9 years left on his
He's probably-
contract.
I'll be honest, if he continues at the rate he's scoring, he potentially gets second.
Yeah.
I don't think he
He's
overtakes
also
Lampard.
on pens, to be fair.
I still don't
I
overthink
He would
he
need to.
overtakes
He would need to
I mean,
extend
so is
past 30.
Lampard, like,
He'd basically need to
Yeah,
spend
he-
his entire career.
he would
Yeah.
basically
He
either
has
he would
to.
either basically need to play for us for over 10 years.
Oh no, not 2 years.
Yeah.
Or-
Not 2 years.
He would need to start having a couple of like 22, 23 goal
He needs to
scoring seasons.
replicate his first season with us, pretty much,
Yeah.
like 1 or 2.
That's
more
what I'm
times.
thinking, yeah.
How many
Danish
last season?
second
is
16, right? He
104.
got 16 last season and considered like a poor season for him. In a sense,
Say that again, Chris?
he got 16 Premier League goals last season, right?
I
Mhm.
think so. Yeah.
Like, and that was like
The only reason I say 15 is
went
because he
missing
missed
for,
so
like,
much of a chunk of the season, by the way.
last
Because if
season.
this was from the beginning of the season, I would have said 20 easily.
Oh, this season. I mean, last season he went missing like the later season, right?
Yeah.
He didn't really score
Yeah.
as many.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, hopefully, with the rest and I guess like, is he free from injury? I guess now, like,
hmm
we can get cracking with
It's
the
true.
goals and everything. 'Cause
So
we don't
Cole
have a
does
goal
too,
scorer
by the
him,
way.
really.
Cole almost scored a free kick goal this season. Actually, he's been
The
practicing.
thing
that
is,
shit.
I think
I
our
mean,
best.
Cole can. score
Cole's
free
good,
kicks.
but the issue is Reese is better. So there are going to be certain positions on the pitch where it's
Yeah,
just going to go to
certain
Reese.
sides,
And him.
yeah.
Mm.
Score take. I
Just,
it's a good.
oh, that's
it's a
true.
good headache to have,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, you're right, you're right. But I wanted to take this moment to really break down this play because I think this is something that people are overlooking is the intelligence that we have with Cole Palmer on the pitch. So just pay attention to Cole Palmer right here. So he's actually, in a sense, as a 10 should, dictating the play. He's telling Fofana to pass it to Gusto because he already knows that he's going to run into the space and Gusto will find him. None of our attackers do that. Deadass. None of our attackers do that.
Not like this.
No, I agree.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Mark
Alexis-
Mark you would give it a try, but it's
No,
finished.
he doesn't do that. Like Alexis said it earlier, and I think like the reason for that is because all of our attackers, or most of them, I'd say, are such low IQ attackers. Like they don't think to do that because they're not thinking to do that because their IQ in that situation is so low. Like even Delap in that situation is not thinking about
It's
like
all about trust as well.
that like he's just making that run. He's not like trying to direct or at the same time trying to like direct the player who's on the ball where to pass it. He just has to hope the person passing it passes it where he needs to pass it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because Cole is like in terms of footballing IQ is on a level higher than like every other attacker we have.
It's like he already knows
But
that Gusto can
that's why our
find
attack
him.
looked better, bro. Our attack was so fluid with him now today.
Like,
I'll say our
there's
attack
no
looked
one in our
better.
attack that dictates play like Palmer could. There really isn't. So go ahead, Scott. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I'll say no. Our attack looked better, and it was literally like, I think it was all because of him, and it was all down to him. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest. I don't think
Let me
any
see
of
if I
our
can find
attackers
another
look.
angle.
I don't think any of our attackers were better today than they have been the whole season. Really, it's just that he was in there, so he made everything look better.
Bro, he's a puppet master. He was pulling the strings. That's what it was. Like he's through his movement, he's forcing them to do things and forcing them to make movements that they wouldn't do otherwise. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Like, look at this is just a still image, right? But look at the spaces. Again, Fofana sees him. Fofana could easily pass it to Neto, who's on that
yeah,
left
but like
side
there's two
or
players
the right
around
side.
him. He sees Gusto, and maybe Gusto can free it up into the middle. Like,
But the thing is, like, it's the vision that Palmer has. Like, actually, hold on,
No, I
because
was
I'm doing
gonna say,
so
well, if
because
Fofana
I'm doing
made
so
that
much
pass-
Palmer glazing.
by
I
the
just
way,
gotta do
if
this real
Fofana
quick.
made that-
Yeah.
My 10 out of 10.
But Marshall, if Fofana made that pass right there, yes, he could have. But number 27 or even number 5 could read it better.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Fofana sees him, but he could easily pass it to Neto, who is somewhere on this
okay,
right hand
okay,
side,
my bad.
right?
Yeah.
But Cole, seeing
Oh, he's
the
telling him,
chance
yeah.
he has, he's telling him pass it to Gusto because he knows Gusto can find him, and it's just it's
Trust
intelligence.
and understanding of each other.
It's
That's
trust
what I
and
like.
understanding, which I'm hoping comes with more game time for like João Pedro and Garnacho and all these other players that we've
I
been
don't think
questioning,
it's
right?
on the left side.
One
I'll give
of
you
them
some
maybe, the
negatives.
rest I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I don't mind Neto. I really don't mind Neto, but like the left side, like
Mhm.
I got no hope for it. But I
It's
hope
so
like
dead, bro.
getting.
But it's again, like,
I don't see
Those are our
Garnacho
attack
being
tunes.
one, but
I hope it happens because like again last season Malagusto doesn't make this pass. Malagusto does the bozo pass and chops in the middle of the counterattack. He
Malagusto
has those
can make a
moments,
5-yard pass
but he
last season.
understands Palmer and the runs he wants to make, so he does that. Like I'm sorry if I'm overglazing, guys, but it's just again I
don't
missed
think it's
this.
deserved
I
because,
missed
like,
this.
no.
It's like we said though, Marshall. Like, bro, without him on the pitch today, our attack reeked. Like, was not good.
Mhm.
But him being on the pitch just like raises it a level, just because he was that good today,
Mhm.
and like he deserves the glazing because like I said, when you're performing to a higher level than everyone else around you, to a noticeable extent, I will say as well.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I think it's like you deserve to get like the praise and the
Mhm.
glazing and whatnot for that.
And he's not even fully fit. That's the best part. He's not even fully fit. He came off at 60 minutes, people, because he still needs to slowly adapt into playing 90 minutes. So, again, like, and this is, I guess, where we'll start getting into the negatives. I personally think that because of Palmer, we saw an improvement. I'll just say that. An improvement on João Pedro today in comparison to his most recent games.
The last game I say João Pedro is quite good. Or like his movement to the box,
Which game?
6-yard box. Where he scored. When we
Atalanta?
Was it Atalanta?
Yeah,
No,
Atalanta.
he did
Champions League.
nothing. Chris, outside the goal, he
No,
did not sweet
I'm
FA
pretty
in that
sure,
game.
like, even you agreed with me. He was pretty good. Like, we talked about it, like, and his movement into the box, 6-yard box, he was making the right movement. It's just the final ball couldn't get to him because, like, the defender would block it or whatever, intercept. He was actually making the good, like spots into the box, like 6-yard box anyway, to get the goal, but we didn't get the chance. I thought you agreed with me, I swear.
I just remember like
I'm
I
not
remember he
saying
got
he's
the
amazing,
goal.
by the way.
Good. I just remember him not really doing much outside of that. Like had some nice runs, but yeah, like it was kind of the same again today. I genuinely, and maybe this was partly because I was out and like half watching the game.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
first time I noticed João Pedro touch the ball was the 41st minute.
Say
I
that again?
couldn't really watch that game. 41st minute was the first time he saw João. He realized
That was
João
the
Pedro
first time
touched
I
the ball.
remember seeing João Pedro touch the ball and go, "Oh, João Pedro's in again."
I actually seen him on the ball. He was making some good like dribbling ability, like round players and taking on players in the first half,
Mhm.
especially. There was like 2 players trying to take the ball off him. He got past him, and then he did get fouled. But he didn't do anything stupid today. The passes I don't remember really. I don't think he did a whole lot. I thought he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't frustrating what I saw, unless people saw
He
different.
wasn't frustrating me like he has in previous games, but again, like from your striker, you do want to see goals. You
Goals,
want to
yes.
see assists. You want to get into GNA, but considering the bar was in hell like last week and last game, I'll take an incremental improvement. It's better than no improvement.
And I think I agree with you, Marshall, in terms of like I don't think he didn't do outside of the miss he had in the second half, which like
Mhm.
Okay,
don't know
yeah,
what he's doing. He didn't do anything detrimental or wrong to the team. He was just kind of non-existent in the game.
Mhm.
I will also say though, just to be a bit fair, a bit balanced, like he probably deserved a couple calls that he didn't get, to be honest, from the ref. Like there were a couple times he legitimately did get shoved in the back, should have generated a foul, and he just didn't because the ref was a dickhead. So
No,
the refs in general are just average or poor.
Yeah, the
shit.
refereeing is always
We don't ever
questionable
have a
with this
great
team.
referee in general, so
Yeah.
it's the same.
No, but I agree with that. I think if there's one attacker, I'm gonna one more to just quickly praise. Obviously for the second goal, Pedro Neto. Again, getting a goal and assist. Maybe not having the best performances.
no, he took
but-
on his man though. Come on now, he took on
Yeah,
his
he
man
did.
was taking on
one
his
and then
man.
got an assist. Like come on, bro.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just meaning in general. Like, maybe he doesn't always put on the best performances, like to the eye, but getting in the right spaces, making the right decisions at the right time, getting a goal and assist, getting us on the scoreboard. He's doing good with that. And as long as you keep doing that, I'm sorry, bro. You can have a 1 out of 10 stinker, but you're getting me a goal at least. Especially when I'm desperate here with my attack without Cole.
I have news for you.
I think the thing with Neto is like, and I think this has been discussed before. I know Alexa said it earlier as well on Lewis's show. I think there's two things with Neto. I think number one is because of the type of player he is, unfortunately, he doesn't really have like a lot of moments. Like it was really nice for the assist, but he doesn't have too many moments or games where he's like genuinely like spectacular. But I think that's more because of the profile of winger he is more than anything. I also think as well, he shouldn't be someone who is the focal point or like the main source of your attack, basically. Like he realistically for a team of what we're trying to aim for should be like the third or fourth best attacker, depending on if you play with a 10 or not in the team. And I think partly due to how shit the recruitment has been on the other side and at number 9, he ends up having to become more than what he really is in games. And so because of that, his like performances get scrutinized by like people like myself and other people a lot more, because ultimately more of our attack and more of our game, especially when Palmer is out, has to rely more on him because he's theoretically, he is the most experienced. He's theoretically the best player on the pitch most games. Like if you think about it, like especially when we've got like get into a Garnacho on the left, when we've got the lap up front at times, when we've got João Pedro performing as badly as he has been. So like, yeah, like if he can have games like this, it's calm. Like he was good today. Didn't really do anything wrong. Like RSM said, was taken on his man. I just think, like I said, some of it just comes down to the fact of he's not your like, trying to think of a good example. Like I know this is a bit extreme, but like your Yamals or like your, Hazards or like you're really like take the game by the scruff of the neck kind of wingers.
Wait, no, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were gonna keep going because the way you ended that sentence, I was waiting for you to keep going.
No, that was kind of my final point.
I like Neto for a couple of reasons. He tracks back a lot. He always puts a shift in as well. He's getting a lot of GA too. He's getting a lot of GA. He doesn't do a whole lot of stupid things compared to like I say a few wingers we have anyway, at least.
Yeah.
And he has the experience, so I take it too because we don't have enough of it.
True.
I just think he's a very solid player to have. That's how I view him, as. But
yeah, but that's what that's the frustrating part for I think me and other fans, right? Is that like he's a safe winger to an extent. Like I think he makes calculated risk, and it's a good thing to an extent, right? Especially in this possession based style that Maresca likes. it's obviously a good thing. You don't want wingers where I remember games where I would see Pulisic on that left wing just every single game. You try to take on your man, or like the whole entire game, you try to take on your man and you lose. And I was like, bro, I can't. When I see wingers do that, I get pissed to the high heavens.
That's what Garnacho does as well.
And it's just like, brother, you can't beat him. Cut inside and pass it. Stop losing the ball. And that's when wingers get really, really frustrating with me. With Neto, it's almost the opposite because sometimes you feel that, bro, you can go and do the counterattack. Bro, you can outpace him, beat him, and get 1v1. Like, we want to see the high octane, high action, but Neto doesn't always do that. Neto will sometimes play the safe pass. Neto will sometimes ruin a counterattack to play the safe pass. And that's criticisms on Neto. But in games like today where he's doing the calculated risk, like today, I can beat the man. I got the pace on him. Cool, let me do this. He looks up, which is brilliant, by the way. Do that more often, please, Neto. Looks up, sees Enzo and Gusto coming in and just squares it in the empty space. You got Gusto coming in. Now, Gusto scoring this, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. But hey, good for you.
It was I'm glad he scored. Pickford should be doing better there, man. Like, that was an awful.
It was near post, right?
But yeah, it's just kind of it's kind of one of those
like an edit, like the way it faded.
Yeah, it's an edit. It's you know what it is? It's one of those things where it's just like, it's just Pickford, bro. We know Pickford's not good, so it is what it is. But I like the good thing is that in the Premier League we're going to face keepers of Pickford's level. So which is why my biggest argument in most games is like, hey, can we just test a keeper? Like, keepers aren't that good all across 100%. The Prem, bro. Like, I'm being dead serious. And this is my thing too with Neto. And I think I really need people to understand this, bro. I think I need people to really deep what I'm about to tell them, okay? I need them to sit with this. Everybody says Neto is not good enough. Neto's not this. Last season, what was one of the biggest criticisms we had of all of our wingers, right? Where is the output? Where is the GNA? They were getting no GNA. Now Neto, I think he's like, what, in the Prem, he's 8 out of 15, 8 out of 16, I think.
Yeah, he's on 8. He's on 5 goals and 3 assists.
Wait, he's got 8
in 15 games. So he's doing 1 GA every 2 games. Brother, that's a good attacker. That's a good attacker. You're getting 1 GNA every 2 games. That is a good attacker. What, like, I don't know what else to tell you. And when people are like, "Oh, let's get this for who?" Name me 4 better wingers or 5 better right wingers in the Premier League than Pedro Neto right now.
I would say Esteban will be better than him, but like, wow.
No, not in our team, brother. I mean, like, just in general, because people are like, let's get rid of Neto and buy somebody else. So give me 5 wingers in the Premier League that are better than Neto.
I could probably give you. I think we've had this conversation. I'd probably give you 3, and then I'd probably struggle after that.
But that's my whole point. Like, Neto is one of the better wingers in the
league.
I think I could give you 5, but there's a couple that I think people would debate me. But I think they're better. But
yeah.
But that's my point. Even if they're better, are they putting? Even if they're better, are they putting up the numbers that Neto is? This is my point. If they're better, are they putting up those numbers to prove it?
I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
I feel like maybe with Enzo Maresca's system, maybe, because like this system does help allow the wingers get more goals, I feel, and that's why Neto is getting more goals. I'm not saying it's not down to Neto. Neto's obviously putting them away as well. It's just
and how often? How often, by the way, do we see these type of wingers? Right? Everybody's like, oh my god, they're this or this or that. And then they go to a bigger team, right? They go to a big team, they go to a big 6 team, and they don't perform. They don't.
There?
What?
The winger. Sorry, I think I stepped over you.
No. Like I said, there's 5 that I can name that I think are better / would prefer over him. But like at the same time, like I said, 2 of them would 100% be a debate with people. Like, and I understand that. And I think part of it also comes down to like preference. I think there's definitively 3 better than him currently on form in the league.
Oh.
Out of curiosity, who are those?
I think it's partly form, partly ability. Saka and Mbeumo and Ndiaye. Outside of that, it's the debate with anyone else.
Hold up, I agree. What are the numbers this season?
Mbeumo is 5 goals, and I don't remember how many assists.
Has he got 5 in the Premier League?
I think he's got 5.
I think he's one of the only consistent scorers that United have.
Yeah, he's 6 and 1.
6 and 1. Okay.
I feel like Mbemba would cook in our system.
He would.
Ndiaye's 4 and 2, and
he's also a workhorse. He would definitely work.
Christ, Saka, in terms of output, Saka's been terrible 4 and 1.
Yeah.
Okay,
People don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so at worst, Neto is
Yeah.
keeping pace with the people who you say are better than him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, he's got 6 goals.
And I
One
think-
assist.
and like-
That's my point with this season with Neto. Like at the end of the day, for me, like the biggest criticism we had last season of our wingers was okay, awesome performance, Madueke. Where's the Gene? Awesome performance, you know, Sancho. Where's the Gene? Where's the Gene? Like that was our biggest thing last season, especially when we were going through that run with 0 goals. Where are the goals, brother? Where are they coming from?
Yeah, I
Why
remember
are
that
they
because
not
me and
scoring?
Scott would defend Madueke. We would say like, dude, this guy's a good winger, but he's just not scoring goals.
Yeah,
I
like,
was
and I
okay
think
then,
RSM's
very
right in
much
terms of
okay,
even though Neto isn't my type of winger, the one thing I cannot argue with this season is the output. Because all those guys
Being
that I just
efficient,
named,
yeah.
even though I think all of them on ability are better or like are just
Yes.
more suited to the type of winger I like.
I think
he's
bro,
got more
Neto
output
is
than all of
okay,
them.
bro. He's okay. That's it. Like,
Yeah, he's
I
got
don't know
more
why people
output.
are so mad that he's an okay winger. He's okay. That's
Yeah.
it. I don't think he's world class. I don't think he's gonna tear it up. He's one of the best. No, I'm not doing that. He's just okay for where we are at. He's giving us GNA, and that's good enough for me, bro.
Is it
That's
disrespectful to say he's like at a Willian level?
No,
I think
that's
he's-
lit.
I think
That's
he's I think he's a bit
I
better.
like
but yeah.
Willian.
I think
will
he is
stand on
smarter.
this hill.
I
I
think
like
that's the-
Willian.
That's the perfect level he's at. That like he is our
Yeah.
Willian. But this goes back to what I said earlier. Willian worked in our team because at all times he was at best the third best
Yeah.
attacker in our team. At
And
best,
listen,
he was the third best attacker in our team because the one time Marshall when he was the best attacker, quote unquote, or the guy that we had to rely on was the same year he got his most goals in the league, which was 9. That's
yeah.
terrible, by the way. But he is the equivalent of our Willian. But this comes back to, I think part of the and this isn't a thing on Neto. Part of the problem is if we were playing a front four this season of Palmer if he was fit, or let's say he's not fit, of like João Pedro in the 10, let's say an Osimhen up front, and a Rafa Leao on left wing, and then Neto on the right. I don't think anyone is giving a shit about Neto most games.
Mhm.
I think the issue is, like I said, because you've got one of Garnacho or Gittins on the left, and one of João Pedro stinking most of this season, or Hiu, who's 19, or Delap, who's an MMA fighter. Like he ends, and obviously Palm being out, he ends up having to be the guy we rely on. It's like I said earlier. I don't think he is the guy we can rely on if we want to be where we want to be. To it's similar thing to Chalobah, what I said earlier. He shouldn't be the guy we have to rely on in attack, but he is a more than good enough, like, side piece to the main guy.
Yeah.
It's just like I said.
He's a decent Robin. He's a decent Robin, bro.
But even then, like, bro, like it wasn't that long ago. Like, and I think you guys can all even chat. Like, you guys might remember 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons ago, we were having these like depressing conversations about, bro, none of our wingers are even better than Willian. Like, it wasn't that long ago we were having these conversations. Now we finally have someone who is slightly better than Willian. But Scott, before you go, even then though, Scott, there is someone down the pipeline who is going to be better.
Yes,
And that's Esteban. He's just not ready yet. He's not there yet. And we'll have that discussion when, if Neto we decide to sell Neto for,
I will say, just on Esteban, just to go brought up, my only negative for Maresca today, because like the lineup I thought was a bit weird, but ultimately he got it, like it worked, so you can't criticize him. Only negative, why is Esteban getting 10 minutes, bro? Because I know he's going to play 90 against. He's going to play 90 against Cardiff. Like I need to see him play 90 against Cardiff for fuck's sake.
Bro, Maresca's so confusing. He gives him like starting positions for Arsenal, Barca, and then he's like, yeah, you're gonna sit out Bournemouth, Leeds, and
well, no, he played against Leeds, and yeah,
he played against Leeds, and he got frustrated, and he got hooked.
Yeah, and then which I understand, that makes sense. But then got no minutes against Atalanta when we needed him, to then get 10 minutes off the bench against Everton, to then play Cardiff for 90 minutes probably.
And listen, I'm not gonna dwell on this particular point because I don't think this is necessarily why. I think it's part of the reason why. And I'm not saying Maresca should stop playing because of this, but you saw what happened when he got the ball today. He dwelled on it for too long. Everton got on a counterattack, and luckily our defense was solid enough. What?
That one wasn't his fault. I know exactly what one you're talking. That wasn't his fault, bro. He got the ball, and every one of our players ran away from him, and he had 4 defenders like attack him, bro.
But
Like, that wasn't his
you
fault.
gotta like pass it back. You gotta do something with it. You can't lose it like
Every
that.
player ran away from him. What do you want him to do? Like,
I'd have to
Switch
rewatch it because I don't
He
remember.
wanted,
the play.
him to like chuck it upfield, bro. Like
that's what I was gonna say,
Yeah.
bro.
Fuck it, man. Chip it. I don't know. Fucking take a shot. I don't know, but like
it, take
my
a
point
shot.
being is that I could see Maresca looking at that moment and saying, "You see, this is why I don't play you. You are inexperienced." I don't know why he turned Russian all of a sudden, but I'm just saying,
that's crazy.
like,
Just like I think it's I think
and
another
people
thing
are
with
gonna
Neto-
dwell on that too. I know people are gonna dwell on it.
I think the issue with Neto at this moment in time is Neto does something else, which is track back defensively. Like I think there was a phase of play in the game where he tracked back and won the ball off of the attacker, like a standing
Yeah.
tackle kind of thing. Like he does that. Esteval doesn't, and I think that's one of the reasons why. But I think our best wing pairing is probably Neto Stevo. I think that's
that
you
is our
get
best
the,
wing pairing.
You
Yeah,
get
you
the
gotta
pace
have
of running
it,
in
yeah.
behind with Neto. Like if you need to go long to Neto, you can do it. But you can give Esteval the ball to feet and he will dribble somebody as well. So it's like you have the best of both worlds. I think you have a decent combo with the both of them. It's just frustrating that Maresca hasn't noticed that yet. That's I think what's frustrating to me because I think honestly bin Garnacho, just give the
brother,
backup minutes.
Fuck
But
me.
just bin
bro.
I think
Garnacho.
I'd
Give the
rather start
backup
getting
minutes
it.
to Gittins, right?
Yeah.
And then the starters are Stevo
And-
and Neto. Just
And I'm glad you
bin-
said that
bin
because
Garnacho, bro.
that's
That's what
one
I
thing
would
I want to
do.
move on to next is I'm gonna lump them together because we got to talk about the Argentinian contingency that started today. The one Argentinian, I'll give grace a little bit of grace and say, hey, you have been playing nonstop. You have been playing nonstop since Club World Cup. You have been in every game since Club World Cup. So today, when you look up the stats for most minutes played in the Premier League, apparently Enzo Fernandez is third, just behind Zubamendi and Declan Rice. That's fine and dandy. You also forgot to mention Enzo Fernandez had no preseason, and you also forgot to mention Enzo Fernandez was in Club World Cup. So this guy has been essentially run to the ground. I'm actually kind of surprised that now that I think about that, he's even done as well as he has so far this season. But I'm hoping against Cardiff he doesn't play, and then that'll be enough of a break to get him re-energized and we can start seeing.
Minute against Cardiff, then I don't believe Maresca when he talks about rotation. I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah, I
I
agree
don't-
with that.
I don't believe him anyway. Bro did all of this. Oh, I subbed him off against Atalanta because he was tired and then played him 90 minutes the next game.
But that's what I mean, Scott. Like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
No, but Marshall, it's like he said the same thing about Chalobah, and I'm not saying I wanted Chalobah bench, but like I'm gonna be honest, we went through this last season as well. I remember there was a point in which RSM said this actually after one game. It was like, just stop listening to it. Bro is just waffling, man. Like there's certain things,
Yeah.
bro's just talking to talk. Like when he says every press conference, I love Josh, and Josh doesn't touch the pitch for like 2 months. And RSM just said there about the Esteval thing, and he plays against Arsenal and Barcelona, and then gets no minutes against Atalanta and pity minutes versus Everton. Like
This is what I'm saying, C.
Something-
Nayak. I hope it's not like a Poch thing where like you're playing Enzo Maresca through injury, you're playing Enzo Fernandez through injury, knowing he has an injury. I don't think he would do that, but like, and I'm not saying he's injured either. I'm just like, because at a certain extent, like I also get it because do you start that game with Santos and Reece James in the midfield without
Yes.
Caicedo?
yes,
It's risky, and he did play well when he came on. By the way, I think Santos. I didn't mention this. Santos
but
came
Marshall,
on. He
my
played
thing
to
is,
look well.
we are in
Yeah.
4 competitions. We just came off a Club World Cup, and we are in 4 competitions this year. By the looks of things, it looks like we are taking at least 3 of them seriously. Obviously, we haven't got the FA Cup. We're most likely, I'm not counting my chickens, but I think we're going to get to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup.
Mhm.
I think we're getting to the next round of the Champions League. And it looks like we are, for the most part, trying to take that seriously as we can do. And we're obviously trying to get top 4 in the Premier League. You need
Yeah.
to rotate. I don't really give a shit
100%.
how you feel about your depth pieces. Like, if they're not good, they'll show themselves to be not good. At the end of the day, that's not on you. Like, if Hato has to
Can't
play a
hide that,
game,
though. Yeah.
if Hato has to play a game because Cucurella is tired, he needs to play. If Hato then is bad, that's on the guys getting him in.
Mhm.
Because Cucurella can't play every game. It literally can't play every game. Enzo can't play every game. We're seeing at the moment as well, even outside of him
It's a
playing every
huge
game,
dip in form.
he's just been shit. It was the same with João Pedro as well. Like
Mhm.
everyone say, oh, he was overplayed, but no, he was just playing like crap.
Yeah.
So these guys need to be rotated out, dropped if their form's bad, whatever. you
And to
need
be fair,
like,
João Pedro's on that same. João Pedro has more minutes than Enzo too. His form is dropped completely.
yeah, like these guys need to play. You need to use your squad because
Yeah.
we've seen in games this season. Santos has been able to handle the step up. What was that game he played that he was excellent in?
Burnley.
Burnley. There we go. I think there was another game as well that he was very good in. But like he's shown he can handle the physicality of the league
Barca.
at least. Yeah, I just don't know why he doesn't give him more minutes. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. Especially if
I
you've
think
got,
it's the
like,
trust
I'd
thing that we
understand-
talked about.
I'd understand if he was in there with like Gusto, for example. He'd be in there with Reece James. Reece James already shown he can handle himself.
Yeah. Like, again, I agree with RSM. If he even plays Enzo for 1 minute against Cardiff, I'm not defending it anymore. You say all this rotation is just bullshit.
At that point, I don't care about whenever you say like, "Oh, I didn't play this lineup because of rotation." I don't care. You play your best players because you lie anyway about rotation.
Exactly. And listen, I'm hoping because I'm the one on the panel right now that's chalking it up to fatigue for Enzo Fernandez. You guys could agree or disagree, but I think it's fatigue. If he still plays like shit after resting against Cardiff, then we'll have different conversations, and I'll be here for it like all day. Because Enzo, not too long ago, last season around this time, before the United game, I was saying I was ready to sell him. So I've turned it around. I've had more faith in the guy, and he has performed. But now I'm looking at the context and thinking, okay, I'm hoping it's just fatigue. The other Argentinian has no excuse. I'll be so real with you. And
no one can convince
Bro,
me.
he could have had a hat trick today, by the way. He could have had a hat trick.
At this point, boys, I'm saying, Enzo, you need to stop playing him and bench him because his performances. What was the game that you went to, Scott?
Wolves.
He hasn't been good since Wolves.
That's his only.
Garnacho's not been good since Wolves.
No, forget that's his only good game this season, Marshall.
We can have a debate on that, but I'm just saying, like, since Wolves, it's been a decline. Gittins has looked brighter. He's had more sparks. I think at this point, Gittins deserves more starting minutes. And then if he starts to dip, you give Garnacho the minutes. You need to give these players motivation, especially Garnacho, because I don't trust one bit that his ego has been left at United. I still think that kid. Go ahead.
I would say I don't care about the ego stuff, to be honest. He's just shit. Like all the ego stuff is like secondary to me because it's like that's a problem we have not had to deal with and we don't need to really deal with until it becomes a problem. You're just shit, man. Like no one can convince me he's a good player. No one can convince me he was a good signing. No one can convince me he's anything more than just some like meaty, like nothing player.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, bro. Like he's just ass, man. Like he's just not good.
Bro, he's cheeks. Bro.
It's frustrating. It's even more frustrating because he's getting in the right positions. He's just not finishing.
But that's like, literally that's the same thing he did at United. The same thing he did at United, man.
And I needed to improve.
People think he's improved, or under Maresca he's going to improve, or he's going to do something extra, or it's like it's a different environment. He still sucks in terms of beating his guy on the dribble effectively, like on a regular basis, which I just told you last season he had the worst dribble success rate in the league. He also is getting in good areas, which he was doing last season for United, but his finishing is erratic as hell. And his shot choice is terrible. Like,
oh yeah. There was no bounce on that ball that he got today. Excuse me. There was no bounce on that ball that he got today that he skied in front of the net. I made sure to check because I was like, give me some excuse for why you skied that, bro.
Bro, that Sanchez distribution to the chance that he missed as well, bro.
Bro, thank you for bringing that up because that's another thing I'm getting sick and tired of. I'm getting sick and tired of Sanchez going long on the left wing and Garnacho having a horrible touch or a horrible time keeping possession of it. Neto doesn't have that problem. Garnacho does.
He doesn't. Like usually when Neto doesn't get there, it's because he just doesn't get there. It wasn't great.
He doesn't get there. But as long as you're in the general direction where the ball's gonna hit Neto, it's staying with Neto. When it's gonna hit Garnacho, Sanchez can hit 100% pass accuracy to Garnacho, and he still won't get the pass because Garnacho can't complete it.
Garnacho's so ass, man. I can't stand this guy.
It's so annoying. And
That's
like,
when we signed him. Ahmed's like, you need to back him. He's a Chelsea player. I'm like, he's shit, bro. I don't care. I don't
sure,
like
you
him.
can back him, and to an extent, like, I defend him a bit, but no, it's games like today where it's like, bro, this has been going on now for a while. Like, that's why I had to ask Scott, like, what was the game you went to? Because that was the last game I could remember having anything positive to say about Garnacho. He's played multiple games since then, and I've not had very many positive things to say on Garnacho. Unless, Chris, you have something positive to say on Garnacho. I don't have anything.
No.
All right, there you
I
go.
said we should never signed him. We should have got Xavi Simons.
Well, yeah.
Like, okay, most of us
Well,
didn't want
Xavi
him
Simons,
anyway.
Kind of dodged the bullet.
But
with
we don't
Xavi
gotta go
I'm
that
Simons,
pissed we
yeah.
got him over Xavi Simons. I always
Malik
said, like, he
Fofana
should
was
never
there, bro.
start.
I've been saying Malik Fofana for a hot minute. Like, that's a good player who is young. It wasn't going to cost you much. And he has that attack mindset like Garnacho has, but with better dribbling. And probably better finishing. So it's really, really annoying. The last thing I wanted to touch on, which also goes on a negative thing. Let's look at some of these quotes that Maresca had today, because there's one in particular that a lot of people are talking about, and I think we're gonna dissect it because I think I know what he's talking about. We'll start with this first one right here. Enzo Maresca on the win today was a very important win. Everton were in good form, so it was important to win today's game. We completely deserve to win today. He also said on Cole Palmer scoring, with Cole we are a better team. I really praise the players and the squad because we've played 16 Premier League games, 5 of them without Moyes, 11 of them without Cole Palmer, almost all of them without Liam Delap. This squad has been doing fantastic. We have played almost the whole season without our best players. I am so happy for the players. People on the outside can appreciate that. And Maresca, you can say this too. You also haven't had a preseason. Let's be real. 2 games, not a preseason. So we'll even put that to add to the cherry on top.
I don't know about Liam Delab, but he was spitting with the rest though.
I mean, he's not wrong. Liam Delap has barely played any games this season, so I'll give him that.
He said we've been playing without our best.
He put him in the
I don't know
same
why I'd say
sentence,
Liam
which I
Delap,
agree.
like,
Yeah, not in the same sentence.
I
Chill,
don't know about
bro.
Caicedo Palmer, bro. Like, that's,
Enzo Maresca, Malo Gusto, and pressing. It's the effort from the players. Reece and Malo are both fullbacks, but today they were midfielders. With so many problems, the players are doing very well after a complicated week. Since I joined the club, the last 48 hours have been the worst since I joined the club because many people didn't support us. And that's the line right there. Worst 48 hours since I joined the club because people didn't support me or the team in general. I love the fans. We are very happy with the fans. I think he's taking a jab at the board. And I think
he was taking a jab. I thought he was taking a jab at the media, TBH, but
Could be media.
it could be the media. It could. I think it's the board because I think they finally maybe had a discussion about what's going to happen in January. And he's getting the news that he ain't
We
getting
ain't
shit in
doing shit.
January.
Yeah. So in terms of January signings, there's no January signings.
Yeah, so what can we do to help you, Maresca? Give me a January signing? Give me a center back? Someone that I don't have to use Tosin? Like,
I mean,
literally Maresca in the boardroom. Hey, what could we do for you in January? Can you get me a center back? Well, you have to look at your internal options. Tosin.
You know, you're talking about support and everything. Like, he literally asked for, like, a centre back.
Shout out
Mangan
Pereira.
As well. Like, 2 important players, like, would have fitted in his system. Like, Manyan for the like passing ability and all that, playing from the back, and a centre back because of Colwell, especially injury, and he didn't get the support. So, could be like at the board as well. I know, a little silent dig. Wait, what comment?
EPL Turf. Maresca's comment was for Ahmed and Scott.
The Scott story's funny, I can't lie.
He's not wrong, Scott. He's not wrong. No, Scott's actually back the manager. He's just
Yeah, I don't
pissed
know,
off with the team and the players. So
I don't know what you can really blame on the manager too much. Like when we all
well,
said-
Bournemouth.
I
I mean,
think
there's some
Leeds
games.
was on
No,
the
no,
rest of
okay.
them,
I
but,
mean,
like-
I mean in general for our problems. I'm not talking about like a few bad results, like or a few mistakes he's done because he's done mistakes. We've all said like he's made mistakes in games and cost us games,
Mhm.
but I don't know what you want to expect from a man when you lost Colwell and you expect him like
Doesn't have Cole
get
Palmer in the beginning of the
joint top
season,
clean
really.
sheets with Fafana, Colwill, Tosin, Badishile. Like, 'cause he hasn't had like Fafana all season. He hasn't had him all season, for sure. Yeah, and like, you know, he somehow revived Sanchez. He's made Gusto even better now by the looks of it again. Yeah, so if we sack him, who do we get? That's always asked. Like, who do we get?
I'd
for
take
that?
Cesc, I'll be honest. That's like a different conversation though. That's not me
Yeah.
saying I want Maresca sacked.
No.
Mm-hmm.
At least you have an
No,
answer.
because you
At
can
least have
obviously
an
criticize the recruitment and the players and all that stuff and how they perform. I mean, the thing is, Maresca's doing the best with what he's got. He's working miracles. And to be fair, like we've said this already, we've given credit to Maresca for saving these directors from their jobs. Like
and I
Maresca's
think
the reason they got a promotion.
my stance has always been the same. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you saw what Brian put in the group chat, what Matisse said, I think yesterday, of like,
I saw in glimpse. I haven't watched that full clip because I
I'd
know
recommend
Don and
because,
Matisse
like,
were going at it.
no, not that one. So I think that was either before or after Don joined that stream.
Okay. I didn't see it then.
Like, basically where I stand at with Maresca is like, I don't really have any affinity towards him, but I also don't want him gone. At the moment, I'm kind of just in like, kind of a middle state where it's just like, there's no point getting rid of him if he's going to be the only one that goes.
Yeah.
So like,
No.
I don't really care what happens. I don't really give a shit what happens to Maresca. Like, if they were to sack the sporting directors and we got a new sporting director in and they wanted to get their own manager, cool.
Yeah.
I don't really care because you've addressed the major
That's fine.
issue for me. Yeah. Like, I don't really care either way what happens to Maresca. I just know that he's not the issue. He's not the biggest issue in this team.
No.
I don't know.
He
if
might
he's
be
working
got-
the
an
best
issue
he
in
can.
terms of he might be an issue in terms of some of the stupid shit he does in games, like in that Leeds game or in the Atalanta game or in the United game, for example, whatever. But he is not like
That's a good point, Turf.
he's not a bigger issue in this team than like Tosin. He's not a bigger issue in this team than the fact we've got no real striker that looks like they can actually hit anything close to a goal, or a left winger that knows how to do anything close to beating a guy on a dribble or a cross or a shot or anything.
Bro, if Maresca lost his best center back, but like Levi Colwill was the only center back that Maresca talked about, like he really liked, bro. Let's be honest.
I
He
think
would
likes
glaze
Fafana
Levi all
maybe
the
too,
time,
but the
and then he
injuries,
lost.
Yeah.
Listen, and then he lost Colwill, and the board is like, "Listen, but you got Tosin, my G," and he's like, "Are we being serious right now? Are we dead ass?"
I wonder if
Bro.
they still stay the same after
Bro,
this
it's like
season.
imagine you go to your insurance company, right? And you have you know, and you pay for the most expensive insurance possible, right? Your car, through no fault of your own, gets totaled, and they're like, "Listen, so we know that your Ferrari got totaled and you had full coverage on it. What if we gave you a Toyota Prius?" Like, come on.
No, so,
Get
no,
out of my
RSM
face,
is
dog.
worse than that. They said, bro, have you thought about cycling?
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts,
Scooter
bro.
or cycling.
They said you got 2 legs, right, my guy?
They got motorbikes nowadays. They got those
They
battery
did
powered
him
bikes.
so
man.
dirty, bro.
Put those legs to use, man.
Nah, they're like, here, Maresca,
Nah,
we're
I
trying to
said
make
this
a.
before. Listen, I also have no affinity to Maresca. The only way, however, I will accept Maresca leaving is if the sporting directors leave with him. If the sporting
I
directors don't
agree.
leave, then there's literally zero reason for Maresca to leave, bro.
I agree with half of that.
I just
The
don't
second
hate
half.
whatever.
Because and listen, Maresca has won me over. I mean, I can't lie, but like, but has he won me over? Like Tuchel won me over? No, we still got to do more,
I
right?
really hope
But
so.
no, because Tuchel, Mourinho, Ancelotti, they're still higher in that
Wait,
list
that's
for
not
me.
order,
But
is it for you? Or
not in that order. I'm just saying they're higher up than Maresca on that list. But Maresca has the potential to hit that. You know, if like for example, if
potential
Maresca wins the
top
league,
five
there's
or
an
something,
absolutely
maybe
no
top
world
six,
where I'm
I think.
seeing Maresca needs to go,
top 6.
unless we really like plummet all the way down to like the bottom levels of the league. Because Maresca, the reason I have faith in Maresca to actually get us somewhere in this league is because what he's done for one, with the players he's gotten so far. I think in terms of the recruitment, if the goal was to get a manager who can get the best out of players and improve them and, you know, give them a pathway to becoming better players than what they are now, I think Maresca does a good job of doing that. The other thing I want to give Maresca credit for is I don't think people realize it, but like Maresca technically does have experience winning a league. Whether you rate it or not, he won championship. And he won it pretty convincingly. If you look at the table, Leicester fans will tell you differently. But he won it pretty convincingly, which not any manager can do it. But then again, you have Lampard and you see him now. Like it's up for debate, right? But he has won the league before. So if he can take what's useful to him from that experience and implement it to this, I don't see why with better backing, he could potentially make us that consistent team and give us those consistent runs and give us those actual challenges for the league. But when he goes into a board meeting where the directors are telling him, hey, we're giving you a pizza, we're giving you the cheese and the sauce and the dough, but the only toppings we're giving you is pineapple, then...
Being an Italian man, should pineapple be allowed on pizza? No.
I get it. So, yeah, I would be frustrated too. I don't know what the jab is at, and I'm sure they're going to ask him in the upcoming press conference for Cardiff. But it could be the media, it could be the board, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the board. It's not the first time he's kind of talked about the board as well. But yeah, it sucks because I really do think, and I know me and Scott disagree on this, but like, you can bring him Anselmino, Mamadou Sarr. I don't care. Just don't give him Tosin. Because at least those guys will show me some potential. Those guys will show me. With them, I'm expecting Hato level. Give me a Hato level and I'll be okay. Because I think we can get away with that. But also, Maresca, don't be foolish either. There's still a lot of the season left to go. And listen, I mean, just because we won here and we win the rest of the games in let's just say in December, it doesn't mean we don't have a December curse. I think what hurt us the most last year was the fact that we got through most of December winning, and then we dropped points on Boxing Day, then ended up losing to Fulham later that week, I believe. And then that became a spiral of just bad results all the way until February. That's what we need to avoid. If this is the bit of bleeding you're going to do this season is in December, then good. I think if you pick it up in January with results, you pick it up in February with results, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll still be in and about our goal of top 4, as well as my goal, which is to finish second. I think we can still be in that conversation. Time will tell. We'll see. But, I mean, unless there's anything else to mention, guys, that I might be forgetting, I think we can wrap it up. Good game. We finally won.
We put end of this madness.
I titled my stream, Please Speed, I Need This. I'm kind of winless, so
Yes.
I'm glad they listened.
Wait, are you streaming after this?
No. I said I titled the watch long
earlier.
Yeah, I was like, please Speed, I Need This. I'm kind of winless, and they listened to me. So.
Yeah, so I'm hoping this continues on, folks. We're not out of the water yet. There's still plenty of game to go, plenty of matches to play, and rotation is going to have to be so key. So please, I don't want to see Enzo Fernandez play come Cardiff City, please, because I will lose it. Give him a rest. I think he's done more than enough to merit some rest. Bear with me, guys, as I'm doing some just trying to set up the raids and all that stuff with both these streams. But yeah, final comments before we wrap it up. Am I forgetting anything? Any mention on Jamie Gittins or Andre Santos today? Their little cameos.
Andre Santos was alright. Gittins was okay. Like, I just don't rate like either of our left wingers. So
no, but I'd rather give the chances go to Gittins more than Garnacho, because Garnacho's. I know what Garnacho is, bro.
Gittins always shows me like he's gonna do something in the game, which is he's like, okay, Scott, the best way to put it, he's reminding me a lot of Madueke. Where Madueke, like, okay, you're taking on your man, you're doing something, you're doing some good footwork here. I need end product. Like today, I think there was a play where I was saying, okay, go far post, because Esteval was making that run and he doesn't go far post.
Actually, he did have one good cross that João Pedro was like away with the fairies for, like where he put a good ball in, and if João Pedro is anticipating that like a striker should, he probably scores. Probably fair, right?
Yeah, I think if he gets more game time, you will start seeing GNA out of him. But he's just not being given the right amount of game time, in my opinion. I think a lot of the game time he should be getting is getting swallowed up by Garnacho. Pause. So I want to see less of that because I think Gittins has shown me more than Garnacho has since Wolves, and I need you to really
I disagree with that, but I think what I would agree with
reward that
was
with more minutes is what I meant to say. Go ahead.
I think I don't think that Gittins has shown more. I think Garnacho has just shown he has been given more opportunity to show that he is not it right now. So you need to give Gittins the opportunity to show you he is also potentially not it, or is it? So I don't think he's shown anything more. It's just he's not I'm just tired of seeing Garnacho start in this team more than anything.
Listen, CFC, I'm not saying it's comparable, but you've shown that you can win a league. You've shown what it takes to win X amount of games over time and finish at the top. There's some aspects of that could be useful towards a title race. That's all I'm saying. Right? I'm not saying it's going to translate. Obviously it doesn't, but there's something there. But all right, people, we're going to wrap it up. The raids are set up, so we're ready to call it. Be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Listen, we won a game. It's my birthday. Smash up the like. Helps me out. Also, hype up the video. That's another thing you could do for free. Just swipe away or wherever you got to go to hype it up. Hype up the video. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Be sure to also subscribe to the channel because more content. Plenty of stuff here to talk about. Always Chelsea. Sometimes we do talk about other things regarding football as well. Like Arsenal struggling today. But that's besides the point. But yeah, be sure to do all that stuff. Check out the links in the description. Leave a comment down below. Big up on the chat. Copy and paste his raid message. Let Flawless know where you're going or where you're coming from because we're raiding out to Sarcasm City. There may or may not be a Casually Chelsea show tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure yet. I haven't decided because that depends on me making the show tonight. And it's my birthday. I'm trying to celebrate, so we'll see what happens. But all right, people, we're gonna let you go. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the rest of the weekend as well, because Chelsea got to win. Now the pressure's on the rest of the teams that are playing today or tomorrow. So enjoy the football over the weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, I should say, and we'll catch you again soon. Stay casual. Peace.
Peace.